Welcome back, everybody, to our exciting campaign, Dragonlance, featuring our wonderful crew assembled today. In our last session, it was a rather large one, or at least some exciting things happened to go down. Most notably, our players attending the reenactment battle of the Kingfisher Festival, which was the last request of their departed friend Ispin Greenshield. Um, the reenactment turned out to be less of a reenactment and more of an actual battle. The unfortunate truth to this was that only one side was aware of this. Uh, as such, the reenactment quickly turned into a massacre, one that our players managed to survive. This massacre was held by the Ironclad Regiment. A certain number of those troops had been turned against the leader of the regiment, Cudgel, and our players were able to foil that attempted usurpation of the military regiment. However, one of the goals of this usurping was to cripple the Vogler militia, which unfortunately definitely succeeded. And our players, quickly extricating themselves back to Vogler and therein interrogating one of the surviving betrayers, discovered that there may have been more to this betrayal than simply a means to cripple Vogler and raid the town. They learned of a mysterious cloaked rider exchanging coin with the now extinct usurper, not extinct, killed, murdered, the half orc that our players fought on the battlefield. They learned that he took a significant amount of coin, enough to turn all of the coats in the Ironclad against their leader. And they also happened to discover that this took place not far outside of Vogler, and in fact only a night prior. So, with the hope that there might still be clues to learn, our players left Vogler as the sun was beginning to set, making their way towards the location marked by the turncoat and discovering a trail. A trail which eventually led to an encamped army, one that was bearing the sigils of the dragon god Takesis, proudly displayed on bannery and on the fabric of tents. Taking enough time to quickly estimate the numbers encamped therein, the players imagined it must be between 2,000 to 4,000 soldiers. Armed with this alarming information, that is where our session ended, with the players deciding to quickly make haste back to Vogler as night began to fall, to warn the town of the encamped army. And that is where our session will resume, as our players make sight of the north gate out of Vogler, the one that has two large kingfishers carved into the sides of it. Returning to the town with this knowledge in hand. And because of the events of the previous day, most everyone is locked up in their homes, not quite sure what to do. The usual carefree nature of the people of Vogler has been suppressed, if only briefly, as they come to terms with the fact that they, witnessed the slaughter, and most of their neighbors and fellow members of militia have been slain in open combat in front of their eyes.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say our players made their way to the Brass Crab. So if there's anything you wanted to say.
Before we got to the brass crab, I don't know if we discussed this. Are those doors, are the gates to the town, those huge fish gates that you're describing?
Mm-hmm.
Can we have closed those? Or were they like freaking massive?
They're large gates. They could be closed, but it would take a amount of time that you, if you were trying to quickly make your way to the Brass Crab, you would have to take maybe 15, 20 minutes to actually dig the gates out because the
What
ground
about
has started
me
to
and
like
my
grow around them.
strength?
My commentary remains the same.
My great strength.
Your great strength
Do we
is
want
not
to?
enough.
Do we want to spend that amount of time, or do we not think we have that kind of time, guys?
Well, I think we should probably continue to Brass Crab and be like, you should send some people to the gates to close them.
Or because we don't need 4 people to deliver one message. What if one person, whoever among us is the least strong, goes, and the rest of us stays here and try to close the gate? This would be an in-character discussion we'd be having, I imagine, as we're there.
Feeling very Mulan right now.
What's why?
How
Why?
many men does it take to deliver a message?
Oh yeah.
Just one.
I mean, unless he's gonna get shot, as he makes his way through the street. Yeah, I think Nimoy would be.
So we
would
should
be
probably
asking the
just
party.
send Eldquin to go explain what's going on. Well, the 3 of us try and close the gates.
I'm at average strength.
No, you're a wizard. You're weak. You're not even a wizard.
That's wisdom.
Laughs and big.
Yeah, I can go do that.
Yeah, then
I am slightly above average strength.
the rest of us should probably close this gate. I'm just 12, yeah, but I mean, I think it's worth trying to get it started. Probably send Nimoy with a message to close the gate, or to send more to close the gate, right? And then on top of everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
All right, start on this gate.
Sorry, trying to look at my spells to see if anything would help.
With the gate, I think it's just gonna be muscle. Unless anybody has any sweet force spells or something, or.
I do have levitate.
Tasha's,
I didn't mean to hit that button, but
Tasha's magic gate close.
Would
okay,
knock work? I don't actually have knock, but
Knock would open a door, I think.
So I can't find the description of the spell in here. I've hit all the buttons, and it looks like I've cast it, but I am not intending to cast it.
I don't think that's
Man, what's the point of siege weapons with the knock spell at your disposal? Just open door.
Lose an ed.
Do you got me back?
Yeah, I don't know if it was. Did other people get that, or was it me?
No, it was everyone.
Okay.
I was saying the knock spell seems like a replacement for siege weapons.
It kind of is.
That's fun.
Opens any door.
Okay, but I will make my way to the brass crab then.
All right. So, we will see Eldquin quickly make his way to the Brass Crab, while the rest of our party sees about trying to close this door. Pair of doors. What you will notice when you begin the work is that the ground has indeed reclaimed, at least in part, the bottom of the doors, so it will take some amount of excavation work to dig the high weeds and grass out, enough for the doors to actually begin to start moving to a closed state.
Yeah, I'll take a short sword and start digging out or cutting away any of the foliage.
Excuse me. Yeah, so it isn't enough to completely impair the efforts of the group, but it will take some time to get everything removed. And once you've done so, with all 3 of you working together, you will see success as the doors creak and groan, but do give way under the efforts of your party. swinging with much loud complaining shut.
Is there a way to like bar them, or do they have anything on them to like secure or close, or no?
Looking around, you don't see anything here that would be used to close or rather lock the gates. Although you do see that at one point in time, that functionality was there. The handles that would hold like a plank of wood or something akin to it do exist on the interior side of the doors. There just isn't one here.
Should we
Okay,
go and
Drag.
look? Should we look for one?
Go use the axe.
I mean, these are, how big are the doors? How wide?
The doors are wide enough to close off this entire road, so I would say each door itself is 20 feet, 25 feet.
That makes sense.
Perhaps at the dock. Something there we can bar the door with.
I was thinking a tree.
Yes, on my log.
Could cut down tree, yeah? Would it fit? Tree is this big, hinges are what, this big?
Where can we even find a tree at this hour?
I point up the hill.
I would have to be a skinny tree.
Not to be a skinny tree. You have to be specific.
There's a forest up there.
Let's look for skinny tree.
Fine.
20 foot in length.
Find me the tree and I will fell it.
Yeah, I'll look around. I'll look at the forest with Alafi if you want to help me.
Yeah. I will do the guidance survival helping.
Well, it might not be a check. Well, could just be looking for a tree. There
In a
are
forest.
trees, yeah.
We're looking for a tree in a forest. We'll never succeed.
Oh, fuck, we're done for.
Well,
We have
despite the
specifications.
specific stipulations of a tree in the forest that somehow is wide enough to fit and not over wide.
Exactly. I was going to say that because of the specifications, it could require a survival check.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I will say, however, that you would, with some time, about 5-10 minutes, find a tree that does fit those specifications.
All
That
right.
is young enough not to have grown beyond that width.
Eldwin's been gone for 25 minutes.
Yep.
All right.
I will actually, as we are leaving our party to chop this tree, return to Eldquin, who only had about a 5-minute walk to get to the brass crab.
Yeah, so like as I'm walking, because if I remember the map correctly, like the mayor's house is to the north end of the main square.
Yeah.
He'll kind of walk by there and cast message towards the manor and ask message towards Raven to ask if she could join him in the brass crab. It's something extremely urgent.
Yeah, and how long is the range of message?
120 feet, I believe.
120 feet. So you would send your message out, and you wouldn't hear anything back.
Okay. Okay.
Probably at the brass crab already.
Yeah, he wouldn't spend much time on it. He would just walk that way, do that, and then head straight to the brass crab from there.
Sure. Yeah, you walk back to the brass crab, quickly making your way through the village circle, which is still decorated with all of the festive flags and decorations from the day that almost cast this hauntingly eerie scene of dead joy. And yeah, you make your way unperturbed to the brass crab, where you step inside and see an assembly of people present, including Raven, who you imagined would probably be here since she didn't respond at her house. She is joined at a large table, almost like where you left her before you began your quest to go to the forest to look for clues. She is there with Cudgel and Becklin, who are both sitting in chairs poring over maps. There are several drinks that have been poured amongst them, and they are discussing plans about what to do moving forward. And when you enter the room, all eyes turn to you.
Eldquin will try to project a sense of urgency, but not panic. And he'll walk into the room and say, "We found the trail. My companions have just started to try to close the gate. There is a large host of some kind of army. We stayed long enough to count about 2,000 to 4,000 troops camped, and I'll describe the direction and how far we went."
Okay. Yeah, you'll see a look just sink over Raven's face, as well as Becklin's, which hardens. I also think I misremembered. Cudgel isn't there. She departed
Right,
in
to
our
go to
last
the
session to
military.
go back to her camp.
Yep.
So it's just Becklin and Raven there. Both of their faces going a little stone-faced and stoic as you express what you saw. Raven immediately looks to the town map and then back to you. Well, where is the rest of your group?
They are currently digging out the front gate.
You almost think you saw Becklin chuckle, but it was inaudible. Raven looks down at the map again and sighs. Well, I'm certainly relieved. When I only saw you here, some concern welled up. But I suppose getting the river gate closed would be the first thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, my brother is very man of action, so first thing we can do. But if I'm honest, I don't know if staying here is the best option.
She hangs her head and shakes it. It's a little early to be speaking of that. I'm sure whatever these people are here for, it is completely unrelated to Vogler. What I will do is I will draft a letter and declare Vogler's neutrality in all conflicts, as this town has not participated in anything abroad, and there's no reason for any force to see us as a threat. So,
except they already paid someone to attack and kill most of your militia.
yes, we can draw that assumption, but to act that hastily is probably not our best intent. At the very least, I'm going to draft a letter and see if they will just leave us alone. I don't want anything to do with them. And if any sort of conflict can be avoided, that is for the best. Especially since apparently most of Vogler's militia has been incapacitated. Anyways, Becklin, you mentioned you would be willing to offer some advice. I certainly will need to hear from you about this. She nods. I am more than happy to give you any advice that you would need, Mayor.
Becklin, the armband I showed you earlier, with the symbol of Takesis. This is the banner that flew above this army.
I do find that quite concerning. Becklin says, I had heard of of strange armies in the east. Wondering if this perhaps has any relation to that. Solamnic reports have been inconsistent at best. Well, Raven says, there are elders I must speak to, and hopefully we will hear back from Cudgel in the morning. In the meantime, I suggest you and your friends get some rest. We will discuss in the morning what it is Vogler plans to do as a response.
Well, I will let them know, but I'm not sure what our next moves will be either. So I will leave you to it for now.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Eldquin.
He'll nod and turn around to go help the rest of the party.
Yeah. And that conversation would not have taken you overly long, so I would imagine on your way back from the Brass Crab, you would see them about halfway through felling a mid-sized sapling.
Well, they want to take the diplomatic approach and declare some kind of neutrality to avoid being attacked in the first place.
Sounds like a lot of people might die.
That's my fear as well, but just based on the geography we talked about before, I'm thinking this host is also heading towards Kalaman with maybe larger forces coming from the water.
They will take the port. Whether they decide to serve or just die.
So what do we do?
I am not sure. If the leaders will not act, the people will suffer. We could warn them.
That would probably do more harm than good.
It's true.
Just panicking people.
They are dead either way. Would you rather have them panic and some of them maybe die? Or this place is overrun and all of them die? Or perhaps this diplomatic approach will work, and we will just come in and they will all become, I don't know, hosts?
Yeah, we do
At
not
best.
know. True. We do not know this army's intentions either.
It is true. We are no military commanders.
It
To
seems
clarify,
like
we're all together, right?
Yeah.
But it seems like there were reports of caravans coming through here getting raided, and that's why the Solamnic Knights were sent here, so they've been here for some time as well.
Yes. Are they perhaps behind the bribing of that mercenary group?
Could have killed the whole militia, gotten rid of any resistance.
That is how we got there, no? We followed the tracks of the person that paid them.
Maybe they don't wish to be discovered yet.
They will take this place no matter what. I think it might be best if we go to that city, Komir.
Kalaman?
Kalaman. Sorry, he would have known that.
Yeah.
I thought
can we
I
really-
thought I remembered.
Abandon Ispin's town.
What can we do? We are four people.
If we can talk them into going to.
This
I,
would take some doing, if Eldwin cannot.
I mentioned that being here would not be the best place to be,
What did
but
they say?
they said it's a little early for that.
A little early. The one who acts last, they die. Perhaps they are right. This is peaceful army, won't kill anyone. Who knows?
My
I
guess
think-
is they're waiting for something.
Could be true. I feel like we need
No
to
idea
warn the
what.
bigger city. Cormier. Wait, what the fuck's its name? Why can't
Calamon.
Calamon. Why can't I? It's a. Calamon. Sorry.
That is where I need to go as well, but after the battle earlier today, I am also tired. I will admit that, and could use a rest.
We should probably at least stay until morning. I doubt that that army didn't look like it was prepared to move. I did it.
But what if it
I
moves by morning? There will be ships trying to leave here. We won't have a way out. We may end up serving this army or dying by it. It is my opinion that we leave tonight, but
It is already like dark, right?
Yeah, at this point, the sun has set. It is nighttime.
From what we saw, they weren't preparing for an attack, so I think we'll be safe a day. Just because if they're going to pay somebody to take out the militia and then attack, they would probably do it at nightfall.
you're a smart man, Elquin. I will listen. If you believe
read a
this
lot
to
of
be
books.
so, if you believe this to be so, I will stay. If I wake in morning, there is an army there, it is your fault.
I will accept this responsibility, but I do think we should be together and have a watch going.
As he looks down at the tree, he'll look up and see.
Do they have board, maybe? Something to put in the gate?
I have no idea.
Tree it is then.
Let's cut down a tree.
I just cut this down.
The board would be better, but we will use tree.
All right, I put the tree on the stopper, the stopping mechanism.
the hooks.
So,
The hook,
So-
basically.
if this is right, the like right side of the gate goes up to like a cliff that overlooks the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, this town is the least defensible town in existence.
Oh yeah, they'll just burn it with fire arrows.
Right.
Literally, this
Like-
whole town will just set aflame. And they'll go, now that everybody's on fire or dead, let's take this port.
Yep. Maybe we go up there. Spend the night in the woods up there.
You want to be where the army could be.
Just to see it coming.
Just to see it coming. We just got these doors closed, you know?
Is there more forest past the fort up following the road on the other side of the road?
By Thornwall Keep.
Yeah, like past the edge of the map there.
No, once you get off the map to the north, those sparse woods become farm fields.
Okay.
It's mostly open, hilly landscape up there.
I guess we could also be on top of the keep.
Keep
This
is not a terrible
good.
spot.
At least we will be on the other side of the gate. Everything in my instinct tells me we should not be here, but we can go to the castle. Who runs the castle? The night woman.
The night woman.
That's right.
Recklin.
Well, let's go knock on the door, see if they let us inside.
He likes
That-
us.
Becklin is at the Brash Crab. I'm sure us being there would not be much of a problem. Maybe
You
there
also-
it's
Door might not be open.
you
Well,
also
Garrett
do
will definitely lessen.
You also do recall that Thornwall Keep is more a loose collection of crumbling walls with one intact tower that has that catapult on the top of it. And that Keep Tower is where Becklin stays.
Then
Well,
we
we
go
could
to the
flip.
tower.
that would be the one target as well. So
Yeah.
That is right. They'll probably get rid of that. Unless there is
set
a
up a
surrender.
tent. Like, down the hill from there, like, in that little towny area that's up by the keep.
You said the mayor was going to send a letter?
yes,
What will the letter say? Did she say?
they're declaring neutrality.
So they're surrendering.
Well, that they are not going to take part in any conflict that happens on either side. So please ignore us.
A surrender.
Maybe.
A surrender.
Wise. These creatures. These are the same creatures we fought and turned me to stone. They are violent, brutal.
Well, we do not know that for sure.
We did attack them. Maybe they're peaceful.
Could be true. But they did kill those men.
Yeah, but the knights are kind of racist.
Sure.
Entire army of those things is going to be rough.
Rough. Rough, you say. They will take this place without any resistance, whether we form one or not.
I'm saying in the matter of armies themselves. Nothing to do with Vogler.
Oh,
In general, if you have creatures in your army who, when they die, turn to stone, people next to them, acid splashes, whatever it was.
this is all information that would be very valuable to people in
Kabul.
city. Far from here.
So our plan is to maybe rest a night and then leave for Kalaman in the morning. Or I could do a short rest and we could try to start now.
It is my opinion that we leave as soon as possible, but if you all want to stay here, I do not advise it, but I will not leave my brother, or my new sister here, or my new friend to die.
Sister? Where is your sister?
Luffy, she is sister to my brother, so she's sister to me.
You're all a family, an extended. At least, at
Don't
least have to be
confuse
our
them.
friend.
I'm more of a metaphoric sister.
This is all same.
Is that what we're doing? We staying? We going?
We should convince these people to leave.
Convince all these people to leave. I mean, we could start panic. It would get some people out of here. But unless you have silver tongue and you can convince the mayor to take this more seriously and evacuate the city, have her see it as not something so extreme, be my guest. That is not me.
I'm going to guess they are going to try diplomacy first. And then if that fails, try
Then
to create
Lee?
some defenses, but
They will not have time to leave, perhaps. I am simply saying what could happen, not what is.
this is their homes. Many people will not leave that. So
Well, they want to die in their home, I respect that. But I feel like it is natural for people to know these things. I do not think such a thing should be hidden. It should be opinion of the individual. If some people want to go, they should.
I don't see them hiding the information. But people are already heading to sleep, so
This is too big decision for me to make. I don't want to make it. Well, I guess we leave it up to democratic vote since no one is saying anything. I vote that we leave tonight.
I just put this on the door.
Well, we help them the best we can do. My vote is we leave tonight. Everybody else?
How about we stay?
I think we should stay until morning, just so we don't accidentally wander into a large amount of angry statue creatures.
I was saying we take a boat.
I'm going to guess they have eyes on the water, but
Perhaps
I'm going to get a boat at this hour.
commandeer one.
Steal it.
It would be returned, and it would be stolen for good purpose.
No. I have already been too overzealous with my combat. If the Knights of Selenia discover that I've stolen a boat,
The boat is being stolen to warn of an army.
that's no excuse for theft.
I'm sure
The-
there's
The lives of
fishermen
thousands
who
of
would sell
people?
it.
That is rigid. Very rigid.
Wait, the map. Well, I'm trying to think of the map of where Volgar is.
On the other side of the river.
Yeah.
How big is the river?
It's huge.
Oh,
You're
like
you're at the mouth of the river as it like goes into the actual ocean.
Well, how wide is the river, not how long the river is?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I said,
Oh,
it's massive.
Just massive. Okay.
Yeah.
How long would it
So-
take for a boat from Volgar to the city?
Longer than it would be reasonable to journey in one night, not without being exhausted. Let me
On a
grab
boat?
the map. Yeah, it's a considerable journey.
Oh,
I mean, it depends on the speed of the boat too.
that's true. And if the wind is even out.
That's why we have to steal the houseboat.
The
so we can
motorboat that's hiding in here. Well, regardless,
What is your say, Eldwin? You can make a tie, we do a coin toss, or we stay.
Trying to think through different situations. I would need a rest either way, whether it's long or short.
Regardless, the decision.
I would like to stay.
Then stay we shall.
The other thing we could do tomorrow is potentially talk to Cudgel on our way through.
Let's go up to this tower.
Okay. Stay the night up there. We'll essentially be sleeping outside.
Nimoy heads that way.
There's trees.
Wait, can't we sleep in the inn?
I'm going to the tower, so that if the army does come, I can at least give some kind of warning to these people.
It's fair.
Wait, Kyle, you're streaming that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, don't really have an option.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
listen to the music, you
All
guys
good,
don't
all
have
good.
to watch.
Yep.
I am looking up
I just saw
travel
text.
distance.
I
Okay,
can't see
okay.
anything, so
Yeah, I couldn't read it. I just
Yeah.
see text.
if you click on the cameras, it'll sync your cameras to be all equal size if you don't want to see his screen.
Yeah.
It's all squiggly lines because
Right.
I'm just curious how long it would take by boat to get there. It's 60 miles downriver.
60
get to Calumet.
miles, a boat. I mean, it matters if it's like a rowboat. Like you could look at speeds in D&D because I think boats got detailed in Ghost of the Salt Marshes, but I have no clue off the bat. I mean, go get the book if you want me to look at that info.
I mean, it sounds like our party isn't gonna.
We're not going to, but
so.
it is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's directly across the river, if we're at the river's mouth's opening and we have to go down the river. I don't know what the journey looks like. But looking at the map, I think we decided that Vulgar would be like the perfect port launching point to send an army.
Yeah, it is on a commanding point down the river.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would literally control the mouth of the river. Trade, everything. There's no way Vulgar is not a strategic point that they're going for here. It's too many clues. How far is the army? How far was the walk from the army to Vulgar?
To track it, it took longer. You guys were gone for a few hours.
Yeah. What was the exact distance from returning to Vulgar? I'm curious. Was it like an hour?
Our walk back would have been more straight, I think. But...
Right. I just want to know how quick. I want to know the time distance this army is away from us. If they could feasibly be here in the morning.
And you know, an army of that size, assuming they mobilize the entire body, would not be able to mobilize quick enough to be at Vogler in the morning.
Would they need the whole body? I don't know. I might just be looking too into it.
Also, rowboats are about half walking speed, so.
Half? Okay. Oh God. So half walking speed. It would take you 2 days
Doesn't make any
rowing
sense.
to get there.
Oops.
Like, so canoe going downriver is what, 3 times speed?
Yeah,
In Tomb?
downriver is super fast, but we're going upriver.
To get to Calaman, you'd be going downriver.
Oh, it goes from the ocean in?
What the? All right. So if you're looking at Vogler, the ocean is to the east.
Yep.
The river is flowing from the west.
Yeah, but
Right.
Calaman is west of here, right?
No, Calaman is east of here.
Oh,
Calaman is
I
the
saw
ocean
that
that's-
map entirely wrong.
I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it is the opposite. Yeah, Calaman is east of Vogler.
Yeah.
It is technically
started-
a little bit smaller, a little bit slower. It's basically going at slow speed, which you use stealth as a rowboat. But like, getting a longship is 3 miles per hour, so it's like going. Oh, that's just going normal. I feel like these ship speeds are off.
They might be. Are you looking at the Ghost of Saltmarsh one?
I'm looking at official mounts and vehicles and official. I'm not looking. The mounts and vehicles is, I believe, not from, or it might be from Ghost of Saltmarsh. I'm not sure because they have actual stat blocks. But like a normal speed of human is 3 miles per hour in D&D. Fast is 4, slow is 2 miles, and then you've got a keel boat which is 1 mile per hour. And a long ship goes 3. So you walk as fast as a long ship. That just feels wrong to me. Like if you hit the wind on a long ship, you should speed up.
Maybe.
Yeah, rowboat's
I mean,
1.5.
I'm assuming it's taking into account a crude longship, which is a lot of people, so that's a lot of weight.
Oh yeah, and with longships have a slow speed, and then they have a fast speed with sails on the Ghost March thing.
Oh, okay. So then this must just be the base. Yeah, I'm just in mounts and vehicles. This is the SRD
Yeah, on the
because they detailed them more.
yeah, in Ghost March it's saying a longship is 20 if it's just being rowed, and 45 if it's
20 miles
being
an hour.
sailed. 20 feet per like standard movement,
Oh, okay.
which is probably like 10. It's like
All right.
5 to 10 miles an
120
hour.
miles per day.
Yeah.
Travel pace is 5 miles per hour for a long ship, according to the stat block for it.
That
but,
seems somewhat right.
uh,
More right than before. All right. It doesn't really matter. It's just.
Right.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Regardless, there is no long ships docked in Boga. They're
Yeah.
all just fishing boats. That being said, a very interesting segue. Our party did decide to refocus. That you're going to stay at Thornwall Keep for the night.
Nimoy is. The whole party hasn't made that decision yet.
I'm gonna stay there too.
Same. At least nearby it. Set up small camp or
Thrag was talking
whatever.
about going to an inn. Dustin, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. I was suggesting we go to an inn. But the tower makes much better sense.
You can go to inn if you want. We will watch
No.
tower. Why don't you rest?
No, I think I've had enough comfort. Besides, you're correct. If this army chooses to march, we will need to be ready.
So be it.
Then I head up and start setting up my tent in the big L shape that's near the top of the keep area, like up in there, so it's not visible from the road.
All right. Yeah, our party will be able to easily enough ascend up the hill towards Thornwall Keep, and we will find it abandoned and quiet, as Becklin is currently at the Brass Crab. The door is closed, and it is dark inside the tower. You'll be able to easily set up any kind of camping situation you would like to outside of it. We know what Laffy is up to. What is everybody else going to do? You gonna pitch tents as well, or?
Going to patrol the top.
Okay.
The tower itself might be locked.
Yeah, you will test the door and see that it is in fact unlocked. So you can access the top of the tower if you choose to.
I will go up there.
Okay. What about everyone else?
Are you planning to sleep up there?
I do not know if I will sleep. I'll probably rest, but I do not know if I'll close my eyes.
You don't sleep.
Oh,
No, I sleep, but I do not need to sleep if tomorrow is important.
Well, you should definitely sleep if tomorrow is important. Then you can travel faster.
Do I actually have to go to bed to... I don't think I actually have to go to bed to perform a long rest. I don't think I have to actually shut my eyes. I just have to be low activity, right?
For a short rest, it's no activity. But a long rest, I think you need to at least sleep a handful of hours.
It's like 6 of the hours.
Of the 8, yeah.
Do you?
Player's handbook.
Unless you're an
long
elf.
rest.
We could do a watch.
Which character sleeps for at least 6 hours and performs no more than
Have
2
to
hours of
sleep.
light activity.
I didn't know if you
Yeah.
had to sleep. You're right, it's a short rest. Yeah, because without that, Nimoy could suffer exhaustion. He has to make a con
Right.
save. What's my con look like? Can Nimoy risk getting exhausted here? I mean, 14. Con save would be +2. Yeah, if we want to perform a watch, Nimoy would suggest that, knowing that he has to sleep like most human beings. But I didn't know if my con was like sick or not. He would suggest a watch on the tower.
Everybody should be up on the tower. Nobody should be down here. We should have full watch. These are our lives on the line.
Agreed.
I'll do that.
Question is, who goes
Shit.
first?
It does not matter. I go first.
All right.
You can wake me up after. I'll take a second.
Then you wake up Srag, and then Srag, you wake up Luffy. We're good.
Yes, I need sleep. I don't feel well. I feel warm.
That's right, because 2 hours of inactivities, they put that in there so you could chain rest.
Do an 8-hour watch.
Do an 8-hour
Yeah.
watch.
With 4. Yep.
Right. Who doesn't sleep? Elves and something else.
Fucking
Warforged.
Warforged also do not sleep. They have the meditative
Elves
mode
do
where
have
they're
to meditate,
still-
though.
But the meditation, I think, specifies that you're still aware of your surroundings, so you can still technically be taking watch.
Yeah, so that elves do half of the time.
Half of it, yeah.
Warforged are just aware while they're in their
Oh,
sleep
then maybe
mode.
maybe I'm thinking Warforged. Maybe elves aren't aware. I thought the meditation said they were aware.
I thought they were semi-aware of
Something
their
like that.
surroundings.
Where they could basically act as an all-night watch. OP. That's what it is.
I mean, you know my stance.
All right, I think we split our rests. Then, and again, you guys don't have to listen to Nimoy, by the way. He's just gonna give you a command. You could just say, "Nah, Nimoy, I'm staying down here."
If it makes sense, I'll.
Right.
I will perform my watch up there.
Nimoy's just a take charge kind of guy. So,
Thrag will make sure his weapon is sharpened and
ooh, Waystone.
Oh,
I wish that did something.
oh yeah, I do too.
All right.
Laffy will talk about how you don't actually use the shield drag and play with acquire green shield and spend at least part of my time tonight figuring out if this thing's actually magical, if he was lying his ass off.
Yes, of course. Here. Yes, this would do better. You would be better with this.
Are we splitting the shield?
No.
Oh, thought we were. Okay. Never mind.
If it breaks, we'll split it.
Oh,
Splitting
That's
the
true.
time.
good.
So, I am going to actually spend 10 minutes casting Detect Magic to see if this thing is actually magical.
Do druids have ritual casting?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so sad that who am I playing? Oh yeah, my paladin warlock. No ritual casting. It's really upsetting.
Druid is another class I look forward to playing someday.
You can take the feat for it.
The D&D movie. Oh, we'll talk about it later. I'm so excited. I want to play druid
Yeah.
so bad just because of that movie.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see that movie, which comes out this month, right?
End of the month. It has an early screening on the 17th, but can wait for the end of the month. But they made character sheets for all the characters and beyond. It's really cool.
Oh,
That's
wait a minute.
cool.
Early
Huge-
screening on the 17th?
Huge spoilers. Yes, I think that is the date.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about this later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. I don't know if it's
alright.
here.
Let's see.
Trance is just 4 hours of meditation. It doesn't say. It just says they're semi-conscious.
So that's what they could be aware. I mean, that matters. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
None of us are elves.
Indeed.
Yet.
Yeah, until we get made into elves. You
We're
never
staying
know.
on top of the tower that gets taken down, so that's just a preface to us having to make new characters.
Kyle's like, oh man, they're on the top of the tower.
They're on the top of the tower. So, actually, for those who are on the top of the tower during your watch, you will be able to see up close that, as mentioned by a couple NPCs so far, it's not actually a catapult up there. It is what has been called the Gnome Flinger. And although it has the basic silhouette construction of a catapult and could be misconstrued for one at any distance, when you actually look at it up close, its arm doesn't have a basket or sling to fling debris, but rather an actual bread basket that a person could sit in. And it seems to very much be for the purpose briefly described of flinging people.
Fun.
How many people at once do I think that would? One?
One or several small peoples.
The music stopped, by the way. You might want to loop it.
Yes, I was switching music. I just got distracted
okay.
talking about the gnome flinger.
I am in fact Fey though.
I
Just
wonder
as a
what
side
the
note.
range on this thing
True.
is.
Do not know. You want to take a ride?
Maybe some other time.
Which way is it pointed?
It can be directed any direction. You see, it has a 360-degree table that it sits on.
I wonder if
Can be
person thrown into the water would survive. Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably break a bone or two.
I would not like to try this.
No. Look like some form of punishment, really.
Centaurs should not fly.
No.
Alright. So, our characters will be seeing themselves off to sleep, or their various long resting activities.
Can you turn the music down a little bit? I could, but I'd have to fuck with all the cameras.
You absolutely can ask me to do that. Don't
Okay, cool. I just don't want it to completely overtake the voices. That's
Yep.
good.
Speaking of, I have noticed in previous recordings, I have been a little on the quiet side.
I just turned you up to 100. I can put you at 120 if you want to be a little higher.
Okay, I'm just wondering because I could try and change that on my end.
Oh
too.
no, now you're at 85 again? I just set you. I turn everybody down for video games.
Discord's trying to quiet my awesomeness.
I know. Okay, go through
All right.
everybody. Got it.
So, Laffy, you were doing an identify object action, correct?
Just I don't have it identify. I'm just detecting magic to see if it is magic.
Okay. So, during that period, you will, in fact, pick up resident magical energy inside the shield. It is a magical item for sure.
Okay.
I can't break it.
Then I will try to attune to it, because why not?
All right. Yeah, over the attunement process, you will discover that it is, in fact, an enchanted shield. A +1 shield, in fact.
Ooh.
Not sure. Yeah, never mind. Not gonna be a stickler about that.
About what?
About a
Shield?
Laffy hour long attunement, 10-minute thing. So we'll have.
Oh, this is happening during my watch. I am a terrible watch
Okay,
person.
got it. So 1 hour of the watch probably isn't really watched. Okay, I don't know.
I'll be rolling that one at disadvantage.
Yeah, one watch is not doing so hot. Since we're doing magic circles and shit. Oh my god.
Like occasionally giving like half a glance over the parapet, like, yeah, still good.
I think attunement specifies that you're literally like meditating, so I don't even think she's got her eyes open.
It is an army that's trying to sneak up on us. So.
That's true.
How do you think they could pass all 4,000 of their stealth checks?
Oh god.
Absolutely not. Somebody rolls a 1.
What's that average look like? Yeah, one guy rolls a 1 and fucks it for the whole camp.
I mean, the average is going to be 10 with that many, you know?
Right.
Well,
I think our purpose on the tower is to hopefully see them from the furthest distance we can.
right.
Not wait for them to be heard.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose if you could hear them from on top of the tower, it's already too
You're
late.
already fucked. What's the point? Yeah. But it's fine. It's funny. I like the disadvantage check.
All right. So, our watches will go without incident. There is no encroaching army that we spot or spy in the distance. We don't see the general.
You pretend snoring.
What? No, I'm having difficulty breathing.
Yeah, we don't see any
Sorry.
armies encroaching on the distance. No steadily increasing beads of torchlight in the horizon that preludes a future battle. It is just quiet silence, except for one of us, Thrag.
Oh no.
It is while you are sleeping, or sorry, while you are on your watch, that you hear a strange, almost sonorous music on the wind.
Music. This
Yes.
hour.
It seems to be coming from the ground. You turn your gaze over the parapet to see the source of the sound, but you don't see what could be causing it. Your companions at this point are all asleep.
I will let them sleep. I will stealth my way down there and see if I can find the source of this music.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Oh no. All right, Thrag, you have this. You can do this, buddy. That is. Okay, that's a 13. That's not terrible.
13. Excellent. So you quietly make your way down the tower stairs and out the front door, opening and closing it without making much noise. It is outside the tower where you are able to pick up the sound more clearly. It's almost as if it is being carried by a breeze. You follow this sound. And it is after about 5 minutes of walking that you entertain the thought, this is taking me a while. But then that thought is quieted, and you continue to follow the source of the sound. You travel a distance until you find yourself in a clearing, a forest clearing. You're alone. Around you are scattered trees and the night sky above. But it is while you enjoy this brief moment of isolation, you hear a disturbing sound. Clashing steel echoes from the thicket beyond. As you look towards the sound, your vision is brought to your feet, and you see that around you are scattered piles of bodies. One of the fallen soldiers at your feet clutches something against her chest. You're not sure what it is, but you feel the urge to reach out to it. As you do, and your eyes meet hers, as they roll into her skull and her hand falls limply onto her chest, you see a glowing from between her fingers. You reach for this glow, and this light flashes, growing more intense, drowning your vision in a blinding white and searing light. When your vision returns to you, you are again, or once more, alone in a forest clearing. But what stands in front of you now is a crumbling stone structure. It is overgrown with vines and grass and foliage. The roof itself is pierced by the trunk of an immense tree, but the walls are mostly still intact. There's a large empty door frame which leads inside.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I peek in. I got low light vision, so.
All right. You approach the door and peek inside. As you turn your vision towards the interior, you feel an almost supernatural compulsion, one that summons you inside the building. Your feet move without your thought, and you step into the building. You see that the tree, visible from outside, breaks through the ruin's marble floor and stretches through the collapsed ceiling. Arrayed around the base of the tree are broken statues. Each of them appears to be in various states of crumbling, and they all stand in small alcoves. You feel drawn to one of them in particular. Most of it has completely crumbled, except for one hand, which is attached to the torso. It grips an amulet. You recognize this amulet, in fact. It was the object that was glowing in the hands of that soldier. It hangs in its grasp, a symbol upon it, one of a horn.
Can I pick it up?
You imagine that you could take it out of its hand.
This has all been very surreal for Thrag. Thrag doesn't know how to process this, but he's just kind of in awe. It's just kind of like gingerly, like just very carefully picking this amulet up.
And this is how we gain our elf, right?
And I die.
Okay. As you look at the amulet and begin to reach for it, you hear the echo of a voice inside your head. Take it. It's a warm and confident voice, one that fills you with a sense of peace. Although you've never heard it before, you feel like you are being spoken to by a loving but stern fatherly figure. Take my symbol. Become my herald in this broken world. Save it from the destruction that it teeters toward. And so you grasp hold of the medallion and you see the statue come to life. The broken pieces filled in with a cosmic, starry atmosphere. And you feel a welling of confidence flow through you. Let me share this with you.
Whoa.
Yeah, and as that cosmic light flows through and around you, you feel the warmth of that voice radiating through your body, and you wake up. Your watch apparently is up as you are being shaken awake, but you do feel something in your hand. You look towards it, uncurling your fingers, and you see that same amulet from your vision clasped inside it.
Dude, that's so cool. Who wakes Thrag up from his watch?
According to the order, I think it was a Laffy that was the last one.
I am the last one. I feel slightly less bad about my watch.
Yeah,
about not paying attention to my watch.
you see Thrag just completely zoned out, like he's dead asleep.
I mostly wake you up because you're in the way of part of the circle I was entering in.
Where am I? And he's just captivated by what's in his hand. He's like trying to process something that he does not understand.
Yeah.
You were supposed to be keeping watch. What if an army snuck up on us?
That's Thrag right now, as I posted in Monday Talk. So yeah, Thrag is just I don't understand. What does this mean? I have to think. The amulet is real. It's physical. I'm not dreaming. The amulet.
You're holding it.
I will sit and ponder this amulet for a time.
Excellent. Well, you will have, well, what remains of Elathi's watch, and the rest of the morning as everyone begins to slowly wake up and prepare for what is to be a very concerning day.
So, long rest then.
Yes, everybody takes their long rest, and you will be relieved, as I said before, to know that nothing happened in the evening or throughout the night. No army encroached upon the town, and turning your view once again in the morning's light to the horizon, you see no signs of an encroaching army.
It would have been great if there was an army at the gate. I'm like, where did that come from?
That'd be funny.
Is there a long rest button in this?
No. Unless there is. I don't see it. I've not
There
seen one yet.
is. Let me bring it up. Long rest.
What's the combat tracker?
Yep. I believe everybody should be good.
Looks
I
like
mean,
it.
I manually reset, so
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
I would not know yet.
So,
Well, I'm surprised there's no army. Perhaps Volger will live another day, or perhaps this letter was heard. Or perhaps Volger is not the place.
Don't know if they sent the letter yet, but I would not want to be that messenger.
We were okay to close the door, right? You told them this?
Yes.
Good. Perhaps that feeling was wrong. Maybe there is no real danger.
Maybe we imagined the army.
I don't think that, but perhaps Volger is not their target.
I think either way, we should head to Kalaman next. But
This is a good
maybe
idea.
stop in to see what the town leaders are thinking before we go. See if they want us to deliver said message or any other message.
Seems like a good plan.
Let's go. Nimoy looks
Alright.
relieved that there isn't an army.
yeah, and the descent down to town, you would find that there is somebody coming up the path. You would recognize Darrett as he briskly makes his way up towards Thornwall Keep, his gaze turning to the party with surprise. He approaches you waving.
How are you, boy?
Whoa.
I am doing all right. It's still early. Too early for fish pies, I'm afraid. He smiles meekly. I am
It's
actually
never
being-
too early for fish pies.
Well, apparently it is because they're closed. I did stop there first. But that aside, Becklin sent me to find all of you, and I heard that you had made your way up to Thornwall last night.
Yes.
Yeah. Keeping watch. Let's see.
Well, I'm sure the town would be thankful for it. But there have been some developments, and the mayor and Becklin were hoping that all of you would, I guess, provide whatever guidance you might have. Cudgel returned this morning.
Ah. Let us go then.
All right. Thank you in advance, he says, turning.
No thanks
And he will-
necessary. How is the shock of battle? How did they treat you? You sleep? You sleep okay? Kind of pounds
You
his
know-
chest a little bit.
I suppose I did fall asleep at some point. Felt like it was never going to get there.
This is normal.
Well, hopefully it doesn't happen every night, because my back can't take it. I was not in bed when I fell asleep.
Grab his shoulder. It will pass. Do not worry, it will pass. Let us walk.
Yeah, Darrett, although you can tell that he is comforted by the presence of the party, he's very quiet. He will speak when spoken to, but is not his normal talkative self that you saw on the festival morning.
It's normal.
When you get to the Brass Crab and enter inside, you will see that there are some new faces here, or at least one new face. Everyone else assembled you have met before: Raven, the mayor, Becklin, Cudgel, and one other who stands beside her. Let me grab his picture. I absentmindedly closed a bunch of windows while we were talking, and I'm sad. They were open for a reason. That's what I get for being absent-minded. Go. Oh. This was the NPC I was telling you guys about, where immediately when I saw his picture, I was like, man, I want to play him.
Oh, he actually looks pretty sweet.
Right?
That could almost be Ed's character.
I have a pipe.
Wow,
He does
cooler,
too.
He's just a cooler version. He's just a cooler version of Nemo.
Yeah, Nemo sucks. Comparison
Oh,
to this
what?
guy.
Nimoy's awesome.
I'm just fucking around.
He's
This
got
is Nimoy's best friend, Devoy.
D-boy, right?
or his long lost brother.
I'll rephrase. Nimoy sucks until he gets a cool illustration like this.
Only you knew an illustrator.
I know. I know many.
That cloak is rather dirty. Except Thrag doesn't say that. Thrag is has not spoken a word to anyone since camp has been woken up. He's just been staring, very confused at this amulet that he's holding in his hands.
Well, when our party arrives, attention will be turned towards the group, and you will hear Raven beckon all of you in. I'm so glad you all chose to join us here today. Please, Cudgel had just shared her report, but if you wouldn't mind doing so again for our friends here. Cudgel turns towards all of you and smiles, giving a curt nod. Yes, I can share it again. I returned to camp and found that the rest of my men were indeed loyal to me. They had heard about what happened on the field and immediately detained any of that bastard's loyalists that hadn't been ordered to take place in the fight. I'm confident that they are all on our side, because if they weren't, they could have easily overpowered me and be done with me right then and there. With me is Jayev. He is my only surviving lieutenant as of now. And it was him and his scouts that discovered this army camped outside of town. I expected this to be alarming information when I presented it, but it sounds like those of you here have already discovered them.
This is true. We tracked down the one that had paid your other lieutenant. Went there, found tracks. The tracks led back to this army. So they were trying to pay your men to take over the or like loot Vogler, take out the militia in an easy way, I guess.
Does appear to have been the plan. Luckily, it isn't something that we have to worry about anymore. The presence of the Force is concerning, but perhaps they are merely passing through the territory, but for what end, I don't. I truly have no idea.
This is Jeev talking?
This is Cudgel
Okay,
talking.
got it.
And
Well-
did this letter go out yet?
Raven shakes her head. No, I don't have anybody I could trust to run this letter to some strange camp out in the woods. So I figured I could have, perhaps if any of you are willing, one of you to deliver it, or perhaps Cudgel, one of your men. Cudgel shrugs and says, "Well, you certainly have the support of me and the Ironclad. I owe you that much, considering yesterday's events. And at the very least, having a band of mercenaries camped outside your town is, I would imagine, enough of a deterrent for any force."
How many mercenaries do you have?
I don't have a considerably large force, about 300 men, but they're all incredibly well trained.
This army was 2 to 4,000.
300 good men are worth much more.
How much exactly?
Matters on the circumstance.
Are they like 10 times better than a large army's men?
Well, there's. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to just say a real life thing. I'm thinking of the Battle of Constantinople when they were holding the walls and there were really, really highly trained guys in there, but they were being attacked by less highly trained, and that much less army was able to survive very long.
Right.
You mean you mean the Spartans, right?
No, this is the Battle of Constantinople. Well, before Istanbul.
Both had similar results, though.
Well, they held, which was pretty insane. They didn't held forever, but they did hold for a time. Different scenario. Anyway.
Well,
They had walls instead of a gate, and
Oh, I know.
inverse walls.
But skilled warriors in general are still worth a lot. Versus not.
Well, I would certainly go as to say we don't know what their intent is being in these lands, but if it was to visit a raid or violence upon the town, it would be certainly less of an attractive target if there were 300 soldiers camped outside.
that's true. Something I don't know if you're aware of, but on our way here, we encountered a patrol of Solemnic Knights that were attacked by, I believe, the same host. They were out here to try to discover what had been getting caravans coming through, so they've also been camped there a while, and we ended up fighting a number of strange creatures that bore the same symbol that this army bears. Just so you know, when these things die, they explode. Everybody around them becomes a bit, it's damaged in some way, but we had Thrag here turn to stone for a couple minutes. So, if your men end up engaging them ever, you should definitely do so at range if possible.
That's right, he was quite formidable.
Well, I'll certainly keep that under advisement. It doesn't particularly sound like a joyous difficulty to have to deal with. I'm assuming this army isn't entirely these monsters. Did you even see what this army was comprised of? Did you see people or creatures?
We sat there to count. What did we see?
You saw a collection of both humanoids and some more monstrous creatures. You recognize their silhouettes more than any direct relation because they kept themselves hooded and cloaked. But you could see them hulking and moving around, and could imagine those were probably the same creatures. But in the camp, you did spy multiple different types of humanoids. You saw both humans, gnomes, elves.
A little bit of everything, but we spied, yes, humans, gnomes, elves, and some of these creatures. So it's not all of them, but yeah.
Well, at the very least, Cudgel says, let us hope that this ladder will be enough to see us through this rather alarming event before us.
I would be very careful with that ladder. Getting there, I mean, if they're killing caravans and preventing people from escaping to report on their location, they may not want to be seen in the first place.
JF speaks, shrugging. If they did not want to be seen, they should not have traveled in such large numbers. It did not take much for us to find this camp. Mayor Raven! We hear someone shout from outside, a villager bursting in through the doors of the inn. Mayor Raven! There's a rider at the gate. They're asking for you, ma'am. Is this?
Hey,
heavy?
they sent their own postal service.
Mayor Raven looks to Laffy and then this individual, and you can see her swallow. Like just that heavy gulp of nerves as she gets up. Well, I suppose I have somewhere to go. Where was this person? The fish gate, ma'am. The rider's just waiting for you there. Right, she says. I don't suppose I could get all of you to accompany me.
You looking for protection?
I would certainly feel safer if I had a group with me. I would not lie.
Is Raven wearing armor?
No, she's not wearing armor. She's just,
Okay.
Wearing her normal livery.
Elquin will say, I'll come with you, but also let me give you some protection. And he will cast mage armor on her. I think I can do that, right? It's touch.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
someone you touch.
As long as they're willing.
I don't think that'll be necessary, but I appreciate that.
And then I will also cast it on myself.
Becklin puts a hand on her shoulder. Don't worry, Raven. I doubt this messenger has any foul intent for you if they announce their presence at a gate. But I will come with you as well, at least to provide some confidence. And so Mayor Raven departs the Brass Crab and makes her way to the River Gate. Is everybody coming with, or does anyone want to split up and go elsewhere?
I'm going.
She says she
I might
wants
as well go.
protection. I will come.
Thrag will
Zag will put on that amulet. He says, "Yes, I will go. Need to time to clear my head."
But I'm certainly not going to miss any of this, Darrett says as he takes his sword belt and fastens it around his waist. And he files in behind Becklin. J.Ev and Cudgel both follow without saying anything.
Barrett. Who's Barrett?
Darrett.
Darrett.
Did I say Barrett?
No, you said Darrett.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
heard
okay.
it wrong. Don't worry about it. Just want to make sure I've got the images
The main character.
right.
All right. Well, our posse will make its way to the Fish Gate, or River Gate, rather. And when we get there, you see that beneath the carvings of leaping fish etched into Vogler's now open wooden gate, a woman in black and red scale mail sits astride an armored warhorse. She holds out a rolled parchment and calls out, "Who among you speaks for this village?" Mayor Raven calls back to her, now about 30 feet away. "I speak for this village." The rider then extends the map towards her. Or not the map, the scroll. Raven looks towards Becklin, who nods her head. She has now donned her horned Solamnic helm. And the two of them walk to the rider. She is then handed the scroll. You can see her open it, close it, and then nod to the rider and turn back and approach the group. She is gripping the scroll in her hand so hard that it's shaking. And she takes a deep breath and hands it to Becklin. She says, "Well, I suppose we should adjourn. We have a decision to make, it would seem." And she walks back towards the brass crab. You will note the rider stands in the river gate and has not moved. Becklin follows, as does Cudgel and J.Ev.
So, guess a decision. I would say we can probably figure out what that is, and then figure out what we're going to do.
That seems like a fair plan.
Is Eldquin talking to us or
To the party.
to just the bar? Oh, to us exclusively.
Acceptable.
I look past the rider to see if there's anyone else like down the road from the rider, like an army.
You don't see anyone.
Okay.
It is obvious we are demanding surrender.
Would appear so.
I do not need to read the scroll to know what it says. It is painted on the wall.
What?
It's what I'll
Painted on the
guess.
wall.
Literally?
No, it's figurative.
No. I did not mean to point fingers.
You stop that. These jokes are not good.
So you're certain this is a demand for surrender?
Tell me what else it is.
Well, maybe perhaps we should open it.
We don't have it.
Well, we don't have it,
We are having private conversation.
and they did open it and read it, and then they walked away from the gate.
Stop paying attention to Medallion. He's snapping at your We are here. Pay attention to here.
It has been a very confusing day.
Let us hear what the mayor has to say, but I will not be surprised.
All right. Our party will return to the Brass Crab as the scroll is being read by Becklin. People of Vogler, by the order of Balathian, the voice of Takesis, you will quarter the soldiers of the invincible Red Dragon army this night. Refuse and leave and die. This is the Dragon Queen's will.
Refuse and leave and die?
Refuse or leave and die, sorry.
Refuse or leave and die.
Yes.
Okay. So they're saying you can't leave. Just want to be clear. Yeah. Okay.
Essentially.
So if we say no or we run away, everyone dies.
That started with Balakin, the what?
Balathion.
Oh, Balathion. Okay.
Here.
There we go.
I posted it. You will note that it says refuse and die. I added the and leave because the writer was supposed to say that, and I forgot. So, essentially what she was supposed to say, if I ran that correctly, was that if anyone leaves the village, that will be considered resisting, and they will die.
Do we recognize the significance of that name, the Dragon Queen?
You already have identified the Dragon Queen as Takesis, the dragon god, as well as the heraldry that has adorned both the scroll, the rider that you just saw, and the individuals in the camp. They all kind of align.
I lean into Eldquin and I say,
We should have left.
Yeah, I think you are correct on that. My fault.
Your fault.
Well, Raven says, I assume the best choice now is to agree to quarter these troops? Becklin immediately responds and says, I don't think that's the correct choice of action. Occupying forces are never kind to the occupees. Occupied?
occupants.
Those that they occupy.
Sure.
Yes.
It would put the people of Vogler under a great amount of stress and danger. If you can avoid that state, it is to be avoided.
Yes, it would be equivalent of a slow death, not a quick one.
Starvation, possibly.
That's the problem. You're not being given options.
Nimoy moves to sit down at a table.
Yeah, there are plenty of unoccupied ones.
The two options they're giving you are house them, or they come and they will take your houses anyway.
Oh, let's switch the music. Back to
Is there a way to
something.
sneak the town out?
So you're saying evacuate then, the mayor says.
Sneakily evacuate.
Sneakily evacuate. Right.
That's the problem too. If they are taking anyone leaving as
If there's music, I don't hear anything.
being
I haven't
attacked,
started yet.
Okay.
that just puts you in a worse position to be attacked. There are no good options.
And Did we find their scouts and make sure that they don't know that we're leaving?
I like your plan, Cudgel says. I think that's our best play. We take care of the scouts so they can't warn the host, and then we get the hell out before they arrive.
Makes sense.
I would agree, Becklin says. This force is dangerous and much larger than ours, and this position is far from defensible. The best choice is to evacuate, and quickly, before the host can descend upon Vogler.
When you get come back to town later, wall across the top of the cliff. Just saying.
Nimoy.
He's over at the table, kind of away from the conversation, but he'll say,
What?
I can't think of anyone else better capable of finding the scout party. You up for some hunting?
Perhaps.
Perhaps we do it quickly. Quickly enough that it gives the villagers of Vogler at least a chance.
I do not usually hunt men or gnomes or dwarves, dragon people. People. I do not hunt people. But I could
It's not
find
much harder
them.
than hunting other things.
I imagine this is so. I know when to tell if another hunter is in same brush as me. So I have the skills, but
The fact that they've sent a rider here. The problem is that rider disappears. They send anyway.
Now, they won't know their riders disappeared until, what? Some agreed upon time they'll return with an answer? I would assume they are given a large window. That's a window we could take advantage of.
It's going to be difficult to evacuate an entire town in a matter of hours.
we want the rider dead. I might be able to kill them.
Can we get him across the river at least?
The river is vast. We would need many ships.
Well, it's a fishing village.
Perhaps if someone would have left last night upon knowing this information.
what's the name of the city? I can never fucking remember. No, Calaman.
Kalaman.
Says perhaps Kalaman would have been able to send ships. The options
That's
are more
very-
limited now.
Well, we do have some. Raven says, or rather begins. We have the crossing, but that's on rafts, and it would take almost a day to get everybody across. We could take boats. Most of Vogler's people are fishers. There are a considerable amount of them on the wharf.
Do we know if their army has navy accompanying it? How did it get here?
It's true. It could be a navy.
I truly have no idea, Raven says. JF speaks up. I have seen no signs of a navy. They appear to be a land host. There's no docks or moorings around here to move that many men unnoticed. They could easily have come from the wastes up north.
And why now? Why choose now of all times to occupy the city? They must have been here for some time.
They're scared of Ispin.
Well, they're
As anyone
Gambit.
should be, Becklin says.
their gambit yesterday. This
That's right.
timing. But we have. If evacuation is what you're looking to do, we have to take out the rider. We have to find the scouts watching the rider. Also get them, and if they have a second set of scouts watching the rider, who knows?
Well, perhaps we would be able to find these scouts from Thornwall then. Do any of you have a sharp eye? Perhaps you'd be able to see them from up there?
Aldquin looks at Himoy.
I could, perhaps see them.
I'll take a look as well.
What is Thrag's passive perception? His passive perception is only 13. It's not great. Not great.
How good is this gnome thrower up there?
Becklin chuckles. Than certainly swears by it. I have at least seen it work.
Did they survive?
Yes. Yeah, there's some sort of device that he's invented. I think it's a Neri crash. It's something you wear upon your back that deploys to keep you from falling to your fate. I've seen it work quite well.
Once we see the scouts, they may be able to see them, and leave.
You're thinking too much of this. I will go to the tower. I will tell you if I see scouts.
He pushes back from the chair, thanks, and he goes to just step out of the building towards the tower.
I join you.
Come, sister, let's see if we can see these scouts.
I should go with them as well. Is this the course of action that you want to take?
Who are you directing that to?
Towards
Raven?
Raven.
Raven rests her head in one of her hands and rubs her temple with her thumb. I can't imagine that starting anything with these people is the right decision to make, but I don't know what options I have available to me.
It is your
Well,
people, your decision. Make it.
You have your options of death from occupation, death from fleeing, or fight and run.
Fine. Cudgel speaks up and she says, I would say that you fight. Or at least we will help you fight. If you want our help. I would swear the ironclad defense of this city. And if it comes to it, if you must evacuate, we will hold the line so that you can get across the river. Raven sighs. We are evacuating. That is the most prudent course of action. I can't imagine anything else. I don't want to abandon my home, and I know many of the people here will not wish that either. If the air is hostile as they have made themselves to be, and as numerous as they are reported to be, we have to leave.
Am I going?
Yes, if please.
Leffy,
see
come.
if you can see them, and if you can, Take them out, Cudgel says. You remove those scouts, I'll make my way through the river gate. And if that rider's taken care of, I'll get to my men and have them start forming a defensive cordon around the town.
Zrag, Eldgrin, we will not need you at the tower. Wait at the gate. I will go to the tower to Laffy. You cast that magic on me. I will see if I can spot these scouts, and then we will leave and kill them.
You want us to fight the rider?
The rider will die. I will take care of them. I may need some help, but I have a trick up my sleeve.
Tell me what to do. I'll assist you.
Wait for me at the gate.
I will.
I have a stupid idea.
Tell me your stupid idea.
I go to the scouts via the gnome flinger.
Are you sure that will not be seen?
Not thinking it will not be seen, but it will get me there quickly.
What of the rest of us? You would go alone?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Towers can take out the scouts if you take out the rider.
Let us just see where they are from the tower. I do not believe we will have range on scouts from there unless one of you has great marksmanship.
Well, they were hoping we'd take out the scouts while they take out the rider, yes?
Did they say that? Did they say they would take out the rider?
That's what Cudgel had said, I believe.
Well,
No, Cudgel said that if you take out the rider, she can make her way to her men.
so we take out the rider and scouts.
Yes.
Go up to
could split up.
tower. Go up to tower and make perception. I come back down and meet you at gate. We kill her. Sound okay?
Sounds good.
I'm not hearing no.
Okay.
Sounds like the best plan.
All right. So for clarification, who was going up to Thornwall?
Just Nimoy. Alafi just needs to cast a. You can I don't need you up there. Just guidance, because I don't want you to have to roll.
Well, I
a
might go
stealth
up
as
there
well.
too, just in case there is a chance of.
Is your stealth good?
Yeah.
Okay, because we want to not be seen looking. Well, probably not by the rider. You know.
Not terrible, at least. I got +2. It's not terrible.
Do you need to be up
There's-
there?
No, I could just be just below the gate.
Because I got +4 to perception, +5 to stealth.
Okay. Then I will guidance you and be just below the gate. Just
Okay.
below the top.
Because I think we were mentioning that since the rider's so close, like scouting out from the tower, she could notice and just run, you know? Or we could take her out first, but I wonder if knowing where the scouts is going to be good.
I think we need to know where the scouts are in case
So,
the scouts can
tower
see the
first.
rider. So
Let's go for
we can
the
attack everything at
tower.
once.
Hope Nimoy's rolls are good. Be ready at the gate. And
How far is like the tower from the gate?
tower.
I think
from
it's
the-
almost on top of
they're-
it.
They're like right next to each other, which is why I'm thinking a stealth check's required to look out from the tower and not be spotted.
Thornwall Keep is above a 30-foot cliff. So the tower itself is another 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So the top of the tower is 80 feet above the river gate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also there's no way for anyone at the gate to see into town really, so you can get up to Thornwall without the rider knowing.
I'm thinking about being on the parapets, like looking out, like not wanting to be noticed. Does that make sense,
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The distance thing for me was more spell wise. I can
from
message
the
you
gr-
at the top,
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
yeah, you can communicate to me
That would
where
be
they're
good
at
to,
without
like,
having
Because
to.
if she's running,
sound.
if
Yeah.
you guys can like push the gate and get out there, maybe that would be good. Like if I
Right.
fuck this stealth up.
That is within message distance, so yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
That's what I was just thinking. Yep.
So Nimoy heading up to the tower, getting guidance.
So I'll
we'll
head to
head
the
back
gate
down,
with
and then we'll
Greg.
kill her if she's still there.
Okay. So, our Thornwall team makes it, or I guess it is just Nimoy.
And Laffy's behind him because it's within a minute spell cast, but
Yeah.
Oh,
she's just
okay.
not going to come up there with me all the way.
All right. So, Laffy and Nimoy make it up to the tower. You actually will be accompanied by Darrett, who will also remain with Laffy. He just expresses that he feels like he should be here and wants to help.
He wants to
if-
be involved.
Hey, Pam,
Yeah.
what is your perception check, boy? You better at this than me.
He shakes his head. I don't think so, no.
All right, just making sure.
I think I am better at this than you, but it is your stealth is better.
This is true, but you give me your magic, I am good as you at that point.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So Darrett and Laffy wait at the base of Thornwall, and Nimoy ascends. The rest of the party is
Guidanced.
making their way. Yes, guidance.
Yeah.
The
I
rest
think
of the
the
party.
goal. Yeah, I think my idea was I was saying wait in the upper floor.
Yeah, he's just
Just
up
up.
there with us because it's like
Yeah.
a minute. I just don't want to run out.
Yeah, that makes sense. The rest of the party is making their way to the river gate. So that
Yeah.
would be Eldquin and Thrag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You will be accompanied by Becklin and Cudgel. Raven stays back at the Brass Crab to do further planning, and as you were leaving the crab, you would have heard her talking to several villagers about finding some particular elders to start spreading word and getting various evacuation things underway. Now, when you are at the gate, Becklin and Cudgel will stay a good 50 feet behind the entry of the gate. The rider is 30 feet past the gate itself. Just far enough to keep an eye on the gate and make sure no one leaves, and not so close as to be put into threat by someone like shooting at her or charging
Right.
her from around the corner.
How high is the gate?
The gate itself is, I believe it said it was 20 feet tall.
To be transparent, Nimoy's plan, if this goes well, I'm going to cast Disguise Self, make myself look like Raven. I'm going to step out there and make it look like I've got the thing in my hand, and I'm going to get up to her, and I'm just going to go, pow, 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 pow. I'm just going to shoot her a whole bunch. That is the plan from my end. If anybody wants to... going
My
alone...
thought is
yeah.
using the gnome flinger to fling myself to wherever the guards are, the scouts are, and
From up here.
from up here.
You sure going alone is a good idea?
Well, I was gonna take your brother.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
you both
down
have
at
to
the gate,
fire.
though.
He's down at the gate. If that's your plan,
Yeah,
he
well,
would need
you
to be
you
up
can
here.
switch at that point.
Okay. Yeah, if we want to do that. If you want to have him up there. Only thing is, are you two okay being solo against these scouts? Because I was going up there to spot them. Then maybe we would take out this rider and then stealth our way over to the scouting parties and kill them one at a time as a group.
Don't think we can kill the messenger without alerting the scouts. That's my
Yeah,
thought.
I think
Right.
that makes sense. I think we might have to split the party and take them out.
If you guys think that's the case, then we'll drag and Nimoy together, and then, or is everybody going to go up and go through the catapult?
Well, I think someone needs to take out the messenger.
Right.
And we need to take out the other
What's the range on
scouts,
this
however many
stuff?
there are. If there's a lot of them, we should have more people. But we can let's perception check and then decide.
Okay, yeah, let me see my
Speaking of,
crossbows. Yeah, I can't shoot her. Alright, you want that perception?
let's get that perception as you ascend to the parapets and cast your eyes to the cliffs overlooking Vogler,
Right.
or even the pass, anywhere you think you would find scouts.
Just a 10.
All right. With a 10, you will cast your vision far and wide, looking for what feels like minutes upon minutes. You don't spot them right away, but eventually you see one of the clumps of rocks move. And you spy what you had assumed to be a collection of stones near one of the cliff sides are actually camouflaged and cloaked. Definitely those lizard things. One of them shifts and moves, and you can pick out 4 of them that are just laying prone near the edge of the cliff, looking down upon Fogler and upon the rider. And from here, that's about 90 feet away.
All right. He'll come back to the party with that information. Or we'll
Message back and forth a little bit to the. Yeah.
Yep. I'll message down to them, or I'll receive Elquin's message, shoot it back down to him. Allow Alafi and Derek to know what's going on, where they're at, and move towards the gate as I trade with my brother.
So there's 4 of them.
Whoops. My
There's
bad.
What's
They
up?
weren't dragons. They are humanoids.
Oh, okay.
I misread that. So yeah, they're just humans.
Well, I can do what I did during our first encounter. And try to get some of them to sleep.
Yeah.
That would be good. Kyle, on the way down the steps, I'm going to use my Deft Explorer ability that I didn't notice before. I think I read it, but never put it down as something. As an action, I can give myself a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus my Wisdom modifier.
Okay.
I can only use it a number of times equal to my proficiency, but I regain the uses at a long rest. But I'm just going to do that now, since that is, man,
Might as
the
well attempt.
alternate ranger rules. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Alternate ranger makes the ranger on par with the fighter.
5 plus 2, so I have 7 temp. Where do I put temp in here? There it is. Got it.
Temp field in main.
Very cool. So I want to make sure that was done. And then I'm trading with my brother. You're going to go for a sleep spell, Jacob, when you land?
Well, if they're only 90 feet away, that's the range on sleep.
You can do it from the
So,
tower.
Sleep,
I could
then-
potentially do that on the tower.
The tower is not taller than 90 feet either, so it's equal distance, so it should be in range.
Yeah, and then it's a 20-foot area on it, and then
Could knock them all out.
could knock them all out. But then I also have second level spells now, so I have levitate, which I could levitate Thrag up the cliff to go take care of the sleeping dudes. But I have to be in 2 places at once to do that, which is the problem.
We'll pick one then.
Or, well, I guess are they visible from underneath the town, or underneath the cliff?
No, they are not.
Okay.
So Nimoy's heading down to the gate.
You'll think.
Yeah, you'll
I
rejoin
think
your
we
party.
should do something to, and then fling it. See how the flinging works, and possibly fling one or both of us over there anyways, in case they start running.
Well,
Waiting for a
when-
signal from the... Oh, go ahead.
Feel free, Nimoy. What were you about to say?
Just going to wait for a signal from the tower to get rid of this. I'll just say something to Eldquin. Say,
When you and Leffy are ready, you signal me. I will go out. I'll deal with the rider.
Okay.
Where's our gnome?
I was about to say, those of you at the river gate would see that a gnome has joined their group, having been led there by one of the villagers. He says, "So, I have heard with some excitement, I might add, that you have an interest in my gnome flinger."
This is for the people at the gate right now.
Yes.
Probably
Okay,
before
so
Nimoy's
that's-
there.
So yeah, I guess time frame. We switched places. So is this before or after?
Before, right?
So it'll be, yeah, before. Why not?
And it makes more sense to this conversation to go to you, who's going to the top
Yeah.
of the tower.
Yes. Can it fling humans as well?
Well, of course. It's designed to fling anyone that isn't overly rotund.
He glances at Alafi. Would this be too much?
No, she would be fine. Really, just anybody that falls under the, well, 550-pound mark. You could fling one or two normal-sized people. I mean, really, all this does is just create a differential in the amount of distance you would acquire based on weight. But regardless,
We need
would be
about
safe.
90 feet.
oh, you could easily go 90 feet. I saw someone make it all the way up to High Hill once.
All the way to High Hill.
Well, they were no mission size. They may or may not have been myself, and I was perfect. They were perfectly fine.
I have another crazy idea for later. But
I like you already. Oh, but if you're going to use it, he's eating a cracker. You must be sure to use the Nary crashes that I built. They are also stored in the tower. I don't know where Bethlin puts them these days, but they fit on your back, just like a normal pack. And you pull this. Well, you'll see it when you have it on you. It's like a band on the shoulder. You just give that a tug, and it'll deploy these big balloons that inflate instantly, and you'll just float. You'll float to wherever you need to go, as long as you deploy them quick enough.
I see. We may not be in need of those as much.
Well, landing.
Well, I
can
would have.
handle landing.
Well, I don't know about you, but anybody should bring a Nary crash if you're using my gnome flinger. I'm not going to be, God forbid, put on some kind of tribunal for murdering someone that chose to fling themselves with my instrument.
Well, we can take it at least. May not need it, but
I still don't understand what we're doing.
You're killing the messenger.
All right. What are you doing?
going to kill the scouts.
All right. Nimoy and I will kill the messenger, and you will kill the scouts. Wait. Perhaps you could ride Elafi while she's being shot into the air with the catapult.
I don't know. I guess, while we have the expert here, if we wanted to fire 2 people at once, is that doable?
Yeah, as long as one of them isn't overly engorged.
Okay.
She doesn't look very gorged. I think we'll be fine.
Pretty much all I'm saying is, as long as you're not trying to fling a large creature, you're going to be fine.
Seems fine.
Okay.
And if something goes wrong, I have backup plan. How about that?
Well, nothing should go wrong. The thing is perfectly safe.
I will trust you.
Nimoy, I've been thinking, which is dangerous, I know, but
Are we now having a conversation like we're all together, or are you talking like to me after I come back? Because we are split party.
yeah, we're split. Never mind.
Sorry.
Yeah, Thrag is pondering how he's going to kill that mysterious rider on the horse.
Nimoy will talk to you when he gets down there. Tell you his plan. Just need to see something that is potentially I'm getting wrong because I'm reading it wrong.
We can fast forward to that point if people are ready for it.
Brother,
I don't have the temporary HP. It's just not written like the way it's written in Deft Explorer is wrong. That's a 10th level ability. I have the first part. I didn't know Deft Explorer grew as you leveled, so forget that.
Oh,
Makes
fair.
sense why I didn't think I had it. Yeah, I'll get down to the gate if we want to do that scene. Go ahead, Jacob.
That's good.
considered taking out the horse.
That's what Thrag was gonna mention.
The
Taking out
horse.
the horse.
The horse. Let me see. Can I back this up with like talking here? Yeah. The horse I can handle.
That would be wiser. She might run.
She might, or she might not.
Still, the horse might be our best option.
So you and me are talking at the gate, then, and he'll. So that was an exchange between Eldquin, and now he's talking to Zerag at the gate. So here's what my plan is. Raven and the rest of them are around as well, right?
Raven is not here, but Becklin and Cudgel are.
I'm going to kill this person. No one has anything against that?
No, Becklin says. Cudgel shakes her head.
Alright, good. I'm going to make myself look like the mayor. I'm going to approach. The door will be left open. Just enough for me to get through, enough for you, Zerag. I'll make sure it's wide. I'm going to approach her. She will think I am her, hopefully. And I will shoot her. If she does not die, Zerag, I need you to run that 30-foot distance and finish the job.
I can do this, but again, I'm afraid she's going to run away on her horse.
That is a possibility. But this is the only way, unless you have better idea. I feel like a few arrow shots to the chest probably kill someone. Would kill me.
Maybe.
If you have
I'll do whatever
better
you-
idea, you tell me.
Just like I said, like Nemo, like your brother suggested, the horse.
The horse I may be able to calm. But every plan has possibility to fail. No plan is perfect. We play it by ear. Horse run, we move faster. We get rid of those scout parties before horse can be seen, if possible. This is always a chance. So be
Alright.
prepared for failure as much as success. And I will cast Disguise Self on myself. Gloomstalker ability, make myself look like Raven. It will be disguising all of me. No weapons, you won't be able to see anything, and I will have the scroll in my hand.
Okay.
Your scroll
Um,
bow.
So, just as a process of events, this is happening before we do anything with the scouts.
I think our trigger to try to launch ourselves with the gnome slinger is the messenger getting attacked.
Yeah.
Right, because I feel like firing the gnome slinger will be seen,
Right.
by the person down there. Is my thoughts, and that will just be she'll be like, oh, they're firing something. I should go. Like that would be that would be my
Yeah.
like people soaring through the air.
So yeah, like his attack, we're launched. Drag finishes her off.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like that's the turn.
It's the plan. If I can't kill her with 3 attacks, they could miss. You never really know.
Truth. Okay. So, I would like to know where everybody is standing. Thrag, you're standing at the gate, essentially.
I'm at the
Yeah.
gate as well.
I am in the basket of the gnome slinger.
I will also be in the basket of the gnome.
With a don't crash you back on.
All right.
Narrative crash.
Yeah, I'll have that on, but I'm also gonna have. Well, let's see. I've got the staff in my hand. Yeah, that's fine.
I've got a wand and a shield. We're good.
Oh, the music stopped.
That's going. It's
Oh, there
repeating.
we go.
So I guess what we will do is we will lead with Nimoy.
Push open the gate. Help of Zrag. Hopefully staying to the side. Give it enough distance that Zrag can get out of there. And he will tell Zrag,
I will call for you if she is not dead. You stay behind this door.
All right. Stay safe.
Can we have like talked
Whoa.
to the creator to try to figure out trajectory?
Oh yeah, I think he's up there with us.
He will totally come up there with you, yeah. He's very excited.
so I will walk out, looking like Raven with the scroll in hand.
Okay.
And I will approach the horse.
And just as a refresher for disguise self.
Yeah, she can make a check right now if she wants to immediately make a check. If she has any, because it is a tense moment. If she has any suspicion, she can make a check DC 12 to immediately recognize that I am an illusion. DC
Okay.
12 perception, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. She doesn't bolt when she sees you. And
Lucky.
she does not act as you approach her.
All right. I approach her and go to hand out the scroll. And the scroll fires 3 arrow shots at her. That is the plan. Would you like those rolls, sir?
Actually, disguise self, does that work on objects?
I can make myself have objects, basically. So,
Including your clothing.
my
okay.
clothing items. So I'm literally making a full illusion.
Yep. No, it says even in disguise self, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings, look different until... Okay, yeah, so that scroll could literally be a crossbow. All right.
And it is.
Yep.
And Ed, you have to decide which attack is your extra attack, because you have extra damage on a particular one.
Thank you. Let me confirm that with gloom. Yeah. Let me get it. That is the Dread Ambusher.
Yeah.
It does. You sure?
Yep. If that attack hits, the target
Extra
takes an extra
D8.
1d8.
Thank you. We're gonna do.
I thought it had something like that. That's why I looked it up.
Perfect. We're gonna do the first regular shot. Are you ready for it, Kyle?
I'm ready.
Okay. First shot. Oh. Would she be surprised, and does that condition do anything?
I think it just disables them.
Just want to know if it gives me advantage. It probably doesn't, but
She's not surprised.
got it.
She's in a
And
hyper aware
tense
state.
and- tense
Yeah.
state. So I will fire then, just at regular shots. So first shot, 14.
That'll be a miss.
Okay. Second shot is going to be the Dread Ambusher shot. What is that? I can't see it. 17?
17 hits.
Okay, so
Nice.
she's going to take... wait a minute, let me just see what is...
You should buy marker too.
I just need to see what Favored Foe is. If it's... I think Favored Foe is a free action. Just do it when I first hit. Yeah, when you hit a creature with an attack roll, you mark them, and it's a free... no action. So I'm going to mark her as Favored Foe. So I'll have an additional D4 to this hit, plus an additional D8. So we're doing the base damage, which I'll drop here. It's going to be 5, plus the D8. I could do all the stuff, but I'm nervous, so I'm just throwing these dice. So this is plus a D8. Additional 7, plus the D4 for Favored Foe. 3, so 15 points of damage with this shot.
Okay.
And then I have the bonus action Crossbow Expert shot, which I will fire as well. No hit. That's a real bummer. She's
Okay.
still awake?
15 though is good.
It was decent.
Yeah.
She's still awake?
Yeah, that's solid.
Yep, you fired 3 shots. The first one rips right past her head. You see her eyes go wide with shock. The second one hits her square in the chest. The third one misses. She is still up as she rears her horse.
Free action before my turn ends to shout for Zrag.
Okay.
Who hopefully was readying his action to run 30 feet out here.
Yeah, that basically, yeah.
You won't get to,
Yeah.
it'll just be the run. You'll just get out here and right next to her.
Yep, you both will take advantage of the benefit of speech being a quick action. As she shouts, her horse rearing, "Attack!" At this point,
Oh, the music is really loud, just letting you know.
Okay.
I can't hear you.
all right, yep. All right. At this point, the scouts who are lying in wait use their prepared actions and burst from cover, javelins in hand. They will take their reactionary attacks, and they huck javelins at you.
Okay.
They're from up on the cliff.
Yeah. Even from on the tower, you could have heard that shout. Nemor, can I get your armor? I should have had them targeting you. What am I doing?
14.
Okay.
Do we have a combat tracker?
We do.
There.
you go.
Oh, they're just not showing up. Let me fix that.
Oh wow, Nimoy, we basically have the same HP.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Rangers get a D10.
Indeed.
They are not showing up in the combat tracker, are they?
They
No.
did for a second and then they
Yeah,
disappeared.
and then they disappeared.
Are they showing now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody else give me your initiative while I'm rolling their attacks.
I think reaction for us would have been launching.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a reaction
Fuck.
still for them.
There it is.
And you guys were just launching down onto those scouts attacking us?
Pretty much.
Cool, cool, cool.
Shit.
She might get away.
You are right next to her, because if you held your action to move 30 feet, you would be out here when I shouted.
Yeah.
So you'll have your
My-
attack.
my-
button.
Opportunity attack at least.
Yeah.
And then we have to figure out you guys getting hucked here, right?
Mhm.
Because these are all held actions.
Okay. Nimoy, what lands around you is a bombardment of flaming javelins. When they hit the ground, a spark erupts from small packs held at near the blade. The violence of the metal hitting a surface causing some kind of reaction to cast sparks that explode and send shrapnel around them. These miniature explosions, as well as some of the actual javelins striking you, do a tremendous amount of damage. Thrag, you're rolling around the corner as you see Nimoy caught in a series of explosions. Nimoy, you are going to take 26 damage
Oh, no.
No
From
save,
it.
that's rough.
from their retaliatory attacks. It's the explosives are part of the javelin hitting you, not like AoE damage.
Oh, I see there were many more attacks.
Yeah,
Yes.
4 attacks. Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, Nimoy... There's just explosions. You don't even see Nimoy.
The rider is going to use her. You can see she's wheeling around to run. Let's see. Let me get initiative for these boys now that we're actual.
If she's gonna run, can I get an attack of opportunity?
No, you're at the gate. We're not in turn order yet.
He saved his reaction to move out here.
Yeah, when he called. That was at least the plan.
I thought you said you were using Nimoy's thing to shout for Thrag to run.
Yeah, I figured he was saving an action for... I mean, if he didn't say anything, if we didn't mention anything, then he's still at the gate.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I didn't quite understand what was going on there. So Thrag, you can charge forward as you're watching Nimoy get pummeled. We will say you are right in front of the rider.
Okay.
And then that would also launch us, I believe.
Right.
Yep. And you guys are launching. She is going to. Actually, where are we on mission tracker? I got a little fumbled there. Laffy and Nimoy, both of you are. Nope, not Nimoy. Eldquin are flying through the air as part of the gnome flinger. No one sees you. You are high in the air in an incredibly deep arch that just will put you right where you are intended to go. You can hear Thane's inane cackling in the distance as you quickly soar through the sky.
The gnome.
Yeah.
He's just laughing at all this. Holy fuck.
The Neri crashes deploy as you are making your descent, except for Althquin. You said you weren't going to need it?
I would still have it, but I have Featherfall as a backup.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
If that goes wrong, I can
All right,
cover
so
us both.
that's perfect. Yes, they deploy successfully, though the sound of them ripping apart at your back and rapidly inflating is rather alarming. It doesn't fail you in any sort of way, and you will land securely just outside of melee range of the scouts who just finished unloading javelins into the gap. They are
Gotcha,
aware of
where
your
we want
presence.
Deep striking.
God, don't trigger me like that. So, reaction's done. Now it's turn order. Laffy, you are first on initiative.
Okay, I will hex. I guess I'm gonna go Soldier 1, isn't it? And work my way down the list. Are those what was the targeting? Control something?
Are we on a battle map?
We are not on a battle map.
Oh, can we target using the combat tracker?
Yeah.
You
yeah,
can. You can.
Control.
Is
There
it
it is.
control
click
flick?
target.
Control.
Yeah, control flick.
Yep. Okay. I guess I'm going to hex 1. And then I'm gonna go with Dex. Why not? And then I will guiding bolt him.
Yep, that's a hit.
22 damage to him.
All right. You launch that guiding bolt and slay him instantly. Would you like to tell us what that looks like?
My guiding bolts are all like black with white glowing edges, so it just is sort of a lightning bolt that just shoots through him over the cliff.
Yeah. All right. And he will tumble over that cliff, screaming like Wilhelm all the way.
If only we had an like a dedicated editor to throw in the Wilhelm scream
Right.
in post.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to do, Laffy, on your turn?
No, that's my action and bonus action. I will stay this close, though. Actually, I will step in front of Elquin.
All right. You step in front of Elfquin. Nimoy, it is your turn.
So Nimoy has avoided a mortal blow here, where enough attacks to kill most men. Nimoy has expertly avoided that kind of damage. And I imagine those explosions went off on either side of him. He's definitely, like, taken those hits, but he's rolled enough to not, like, you know, he reacted enough in time to not completely get murdered there. And I think he's going to try and finish the job on the messenger. So I'm currently targeting the messenger. I believe that is the the correct one. And
Yep.
I'm going to do just my main attack action. So we're doing main attack action, still favored foe. Let's see how this lands. So it's a
That hits.
22. This plus, and then favored foe is just damage for the first attack. So this will only apply to that. 10 additional damage.
10 additional damage. Yeah, she's rearing, having just finished shouting attacks. You can see her leaning forward, clutching her wound, about to power into an all-out gallop. And that last shot hits her.
Back of
How
the
do you
neck.
kill her?
Back of the neck. Plunk! And she just
Back of the
flops
neck.
off the horse.
Yep, she flops off the horse, which takes off galloping. She's stuck in the saddle for about 50 yards before her body flopping tumbles off, finally catching loose and landing on the ground, the horse continuing to bolt.
Can I take an opportunity attack on the horse?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use my reaction to opportunity attack the horse then, and I will fire into its leg if I can. I'm sorry, horse. I don't promote animal cruelty. I'm just saying it right now. This is war. All right. Firing off 13. Hit a horse.
13 hit the horse. Let's check. Yes.
Okay. It is going to take 8 points of damage, just like plunk into it.
All right. Yeah, your bolt slams into its leg, but
Does my
fueled
buddy
by
next-
adrenaline, it does not stop moving.
Does Drag want to use opportunity?
Well, he's got to run away.
It's a
You
reaction.
wanna
It
use
is
your
running
opportunity
away.
attack?
Oh, he is running away?
Yeah. It's using its
Okay.
reaction.
Yeah. Thrag will make an attack.
So
Let's see if-
reactionary opportunity.
How far away are the regular soldiers from Nimoy?
Does a 13 hit?
Mine
They're
did.
15 feet away.
Should hit. Mine did.
50 or
That is a
50?
hit.
Okay.
8 damage.
They'll be closer.
See, maybe we can drop the horse. Who knows?
Horse is still up.
Oof. All good. You know what? Okay, I could commit my bonus. So still technically my turn. 2 reactions were used. I could commit my bonus action to shooting this horse if we don't want this horse getting away, because it could run back to camp. Do we want me to do that?
It could absolutely. Yeah, I would do it.
I think I'm spending my bonus action to put it into the horse. So we're doing my bonus action crossbow expert strike into the horse. Ugh, it's not happening,
Oh,
boys.
no.
So it will be the end of my turn, though. How far has it run? Forward? 60 feet, right?
It would just be 60 feet.
I'm going to move my 35 so that I'm at least closer in range next time around. So I'm going to move 35 feet towards the horse. And
Okay.
that is my turn. So, big turn.
All right. Eldquin, you are still on the cliff. There are 3 soldiers left.
And they're up against the edge of the cliff, like throwing javelins down. Is that
They
right?
just finished unleashing a volley, yeah.
How
Oh.
spaced out are they?
I would say they're 5 feet apart from each other. So,
I
this
am
is the
going to
thing.
step up pretty much towards the middle of their group, and I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
oh no.
Ooh, Thunder Wave, push him off.
Oh no.
So that's going to hit all 3 of them because it is a 15-foot cone, cube originating from me.
You, so it's in front of you.
So it will
Run,
hit
you
all
bastards!
3 of them.
Oh, no.
So I will target all 3.
Drag has something to do next round.
Yeah, I don't.
Because they
It
could
won't
tumble
actually.
down.
Oh, I have to hit the gear. That's.
I mean, I don't even think I could.
Cast?
They're like, how far away are these?
Not
these-
very. They
They're
just got
just
pushed
up
off
the cliff. They're just up the cliff above us.
So I think they all just succeeded. Yeah, they all succeeded
all
on their
saved.
con saves.
Nobody gets
for
pushed.
that.
Does some half
Um,
damage, right? I think it's half damage, but no push.
On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
So all 3 of them are taking half of 2d8.
Roll high,
So-
16.
I'm so
16.
sad they passed.
Yeah,
I
same.
know. That's nice it
Yeah,
applies.
so it already did it. Okay, so they're all wounded.
This is where if we were rolling with me behind the screen, I just would have been like, they all.
I
might have killed them all if you wouldn't have.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
That would have been sweet.
Let's see. I think I also
I don't have a
Sorry,
pushy
new
ability.
new class. Who dis? I'm gonna use a. Oh, I did this in the wrong order. Do you mind if I use the 2 sorcery points now to change that to a bonus action spell?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. So spending 2 sorcery points to make that a quicken spell, and then I'm going to use the full action to cast a firebolt cantrip at the horse.
Poor horse.
I feel
would
bad for the
say that
horse.
you can't see the horse from where you are.
Mm.
You're 30 feet up and 15 feet away from the edge of the cliff.
I
Always 10
had
feet
to
away from
step
that.
up. Yeah, I'm 10 feet away. I'm like
mean-
5 feet behind the other guys.
Okay, so 10 feet away from the edge of the cliff, like if
Right.
you imagine that, 30 feet down, you would not see like 10 feet down on the opposite end of the.
If Kyle says you don't see
That's
it, we
fair.
don't
You just
see
gotta
it.
be up to the thing. That's fine. That's fine.
Makes sense.
Then I'm going to Sacred Flame 2 of these guys.
Roger.
Because of the thing here. Because that is also cantrip. So
You get to Sacred Flame twice?
I do. That is part of the
Moon
subclass.
Ooh.
Okay, so the failed one will take damage, I believe.
Yeah.
It will take 6 points of damage.
Excellent.
The horse goes last. It's gonna be out of our range. Well,
No, I can
Zrag-
javel. I can
Zrag
javel.
and
I can.
javelin. You go.
Yeah, I-
you go before him. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
That is bonus action, action, and movement for me, so I am done.
Okay.
There it is. I hit the turn complete. I don't know where that is.
I feel like these soldiers are gonna be real pissed at the two of us.
Oh yeah.
they are indeed. In fact, it is their turn. So
Wait, I might just be at
Yeah,
the bottom.
You're
of
at the bottom.
yeah, you are.
I'm on the dibbity bottom.
You go right before the warhorse.
Yes, sir. These guys are going to attack Eltquin because he just tried to knock them off a cliff.
Right.
I
makes
did
sense.
just remove one of their friends' torsos.
It's okay.
It's true. They care more about their own than themselves.
No, that's fair. 2 will go after Eltquin. They are going to position themselves at your left and right so they can't be knocked off the cliff.
Okay.
And then the 3rd is going to rush Alafi, and you are within 30 feet, so he will.
Successful
Make it
player
to you.
deal. Spread the damage.
All right. So we're gonna do damage one after the other since they're conveniently all on the same initiative. So our first soldier is going to make his attacks on Eltquin. That's 1 miss and 1 hit. He takes his longsword in both of his hands and makes a multi-attack.
I am going to. Shield won't matter here, actually.
Oh, you might still have Mage Armor on. Mage Armor lasts a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mage armor gets me to 15, but shield
Okay.
would only get me to 20, so it wouldn't
Okay, yeah, it wouldn't help.
help anyway. Yeah.
Technically, you shouldn't have seen that number.
You'd have to be hiding rolls for shield to be properly used.
That's true. I mean, this is a
I think
good
you
round
can-
to use it anyway,
It's
so
before
I'll just use it
you know
anyway.
it hits, but not the number. That's how shield works. You know it hits,
Yeah.
but you don't have to know. the
Okay.
number.
Right.
But Kyle's not hiding rolls, so it's kind of tough to do.
Yeah, there should be
I'm-
a way for me to do that.
I'm sure there is like a button you can turn on, like in Roll20.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but I'm not seeing.
I could look.
I'm
at
gonna
Roll20.
cast it anyway. I'm gonna get attacked 2 more times, so it's
Right.
gonna be worth the extra AC.
Right,
So
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast it, and I'll still take the
The one.
one.
Will do. Alright, so he's gonna hit you for 12 damage.
Oof.
You'll see him draw his blade. It lights ablaze as he swings it, and you are hit for 7 slashing damage and 4 burning damage. Also known as
So
fire
11.
damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled the wrong dice. Not the 7. I'm rolling that again. So you're taking 5. So a little less damage this time.
5 total.
5 plus 4, so 9 total.
Okay. Because it put me to 16. So okay.
Yeah, it's because I just rolled it again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was still
All good.
targeting you. All right, second guy's turn. He is going to make his attacks. I am going to roll off the automated things so that they are hidden.
So my
Wow.
AC is at 20 right now.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yep.
Oh. All right, both are misses. So they will
Alright.
ripple or deflect off of your shields. And now we are going to Elafi.
Under options, there should be a hide dice as a GM.
It's Alafi's turn. Did Srag go?
No.
It's Srag's turn.
No, not Elafi's turn.
Oh,
I mean, like the guy
Laffy
targeting Elafi. Yeah.
Oh,
got
okay,
it.
Okay, I was like, whoa.
Leffy's turn to get hit.
Right.
Yes.
Or not.
Combat. Let's see. NPC rolls, variable.
I don't have a shield.
Wait, combat. Is there a dice option?
Is that under options? There should be show DM rolls in chat under game. I can see it on mine.
Oh, under game. Okay. Show GM rolls. Off. Okay. Cool
I was
beans.
looking
Now
it up for you.
Now, thank you. Yeah, I was looking under the wrong tab because I figured it would be different. But here we go. Now you can't see these. Shield at your own risk, assholes.
I don't have
I mean,
shield.
friends.
I like that it still shows shadow dice.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Well, that happened.
okay.
Yike.
Pay no attention to the shrieks of the DM. Ha! You're fine. Ish. Okay,
Alright.
so he gets a critical hit, but rolls a 3 and a 1. So only 6 physical damage and 5 fire damage for 11
I'm
total damage.
reacting with absorb elements.
Ooh.
Oh, it didn't actually do what it's supposed to do there. So only 3.
Nice. So that'll bring the total to 9 total damage. Perfect.
Oh, I actually fixed my
Uh,
damage. I can't actually hit. Oh, there it goes.
It's okay.
You did
I adjusted it. Alright, so that's the soldiers' turns. I'm once again thankful that you guys miraculously avoid getting absolutely wrecked by things. And it's Thrag's turn.
Okay, how far away is the horse?
60 feet.
Ooh. Let me look.
Give it an old run and throw.
My
Run and throw is
ability-
probably your best bet.
I believe you're 30 range minimum on a.
But I don't want to. It's my only action. This session is killing a horse. I don't condone violence, chat.
Well, your only other option is to climb a cliff.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
He actually,
Or
I think
something
he gets
else.
a climb. I think he gets a climbing. There's a climbing thing.
Yeah, Zrag's okay with the horse getting away. God damn it.
Uh,
The
let me look.
horse!
Legolas!
I know I have a climbing speed equal to my
A
walking
horse!
speed. I think I have swim speed too, due to
I-
my abilities.
I'll double check later, but yeah, I'm gonna run up 30 feet and chuck a javelin.
Give me that toss.
I am.
heavy.
Wait a minute. Let me.
It's heavily damaged, so it might die.
I just want to look at my.
It's had healthier days.
It has had healthier days, but let me just read something really quick. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah, you're thinking of Tabaxi for the climb speed.
Oh no, my feature. Oh no, it did. My feature didn't go away. Oh yeah, when I make a weapon attack roll, I'm gonna use Squire of Solemnia. I have advantage on this attack roll.
That's good.
This horse out of its
Make
misery.
sure to hit the advantage button.
So
the attack.
And also target the horse.
yeah, I was just about to say I'm targeting the horse.
Nice.
So
Godspeed, warhorse.
Kyle's rooting. I mean, I'm rooting for the horse too, but I'm also rooting for us. Damn.
oh
well,
no,
it's still.
Oh, that hit.
That'll hit it.
that's a 1d6 plus a 1d8.
It's a
Well,
16
not
damage
alive
anymore.
anymore.
All right. Do you want to describe how you kill it, or you just?
We don't
wanna-
have to if you don't want to.
let me describe how what's the scientific name for a horse? Like
I don't
equine-
know. Horse.
I
Equus Maximus? I don't know.
I have shamed this entire species. They will not recover.
I got it in chat. You can say it yourself. Here you go. It's going in chat. That's the scientific name of a horse.
What is it?
I put it into the Fantasy Grounds chat.
Oh, the fantasy Equus Cabalus. I can't pronounce anything to save my life. But yeah, Thrag does a running aim and launches a javelin pretty effectively, and just kind of hits it in the back of the neck, and it falls over.
Yeah. Now we can hear that crunch even as far away as it is, as it falls to the ground dead. The horse no longer a threat.
Yeah, Thrag will then spin around and start making his way to the. He's got a date with a cliff face.
Will do. That'll bring us to a Laffy.
Oh, the actions display.
I
Oh,
guess
it's
I'm gonna burst into archer form.
Did you guys see
and-
the actions display? Sorry.
Actions display? What do you mean?
On your combat, when you're on your actions tab, at the bottom where it says mode and display, if you go to actions display, that's sick. It's got all the buttons for you. Sorry to interrupt you, Alex.
Oh yeah, that's how mine is set up. It has been set up for a while.
I didn't know
Um,
it was there.
But I am turning into archer form and firing at the super hurt guy, and probably missing.
That is a miss.
And then I will kick him in the face then.
All right. Primal savagery.
My hooves start dripping black, and I kick him real hard. For a
Okay.
big face.
All right. You kick him really hard and he dies.
Stops his heart. Jesus.
All right, that leaves the 2 left. Nimoy.
Oh, that's
Assuming
me.
Alafi had nothing else you wanted to do.
I can't see any of them up on the ridge, can I?
No, they are
How far up
10
is the...
feet beyond a 30-foot cliff.
It's a 30-foot cliff. So let me just confirm, but I'm pretty sure I have a climb speed equal to due to Depth Explorer. First level feature. Walking speed increases by 5, and I gain a climbing speed and a swimming speed equal to my walking speed. Though, let me confirm that that is actually true, because the way this is made, it's like really hard to see. No. I shouldn't have that. I just have canny. I don't like the way that it's written in Fantasy Grounds because it doesn't.
Yeah,
make
level
much
6 you get
sense.
that.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make. It keeps confusing me with everything being together. I only have canny, so no. I can't get up there. I can't shoot at them. I can't do anything, right? I don't think Nimoy has any options here other than climb the cliff 15. I'm talking to the other players.
He could climb the cliff.
Is that worth it?
Yeah, just climb the cliff. Then next turn you'll be able to attack.
Was there one guy up there?
There's
two.
two.
Do we actually think that's worth it? I'll climb the cliff. It seems silly, but yeah, he'll go for it. I'll climb the cliff 15 feet, and then I'll add action to... Well, actually... No, yeah, I can't fire with the bonus. I'll just, yeah, take the whole turn. So half speed up the cliff 15 feet, and then up again 15 feet. Any rolls or checks for that?
No, it is easily enough to
Right.
easy enough to scale.
Nimoy is up here, and that's his turn.
All right. That'll bring us to Eltquin.
So maybe if they're still alive after a round.
You are flanked on either side by Dragon Army soldiers.
Yep. Trying to decide what I want to cast here.
You should have surrendered. The Dragon Queen's fangs be upon you. Grr.
Well, they've been upon us before. And
Tell it to that guy. He's
think-
missing his face.
I think I'm just gonna Thunderwave again. Because they're... Well, no. That's a 15-foot cube, so it's not all around me. This is the problem I'm having.
You can step back one and then do it.
I am in between them.
Yeah. You just have
Yeah.
5 feet.
Okay.
You can put a cube over top of them without hitting anyone
That's
else.
true. Okay, I'll do that. I'll step away from the cliff one, and then, yeah, so they're diagonal from me. I'll Thunderwave them again.
Okay.
So I'm hitting this guy,
really
this
slow.
guy. Cast.
Don't you do it.
Okay, one failed this time.
Nice.
Jonathan, no!
He gets a deck save if he's falling. I think automatically creatures get a save to catch the edge.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
How
pushed.
far Thunderwave pushes.
He's pushed 10 feet back.
Oh, that won't be enough then.
Well, so
If it
I had
was
said
straight back.
I was 10 feet back, and then they went to the sides of me, so they're 10 feet from the cliff, so that it would push them right to the edge, I think. But
It would push them to the edge, but they wouldn't go over it. But that guy is being pushed 10 feet,
true.
so...
Um,
In fact, he's right next to Nimoy.
Yes.
I think it
Hey,
already
what's up?
did.
You're
Did it do
going
the
to
half?
die.
You're
Yeah,
not
it's like it did half the
reinforcements?
one and
All
roll
right.
the other one, doesn't by the health.
Cool. I'm gonna use the rest of my, I guess, movement there. The one that didn't get pushed back, I'll step a little bit around so that he's directly, or I am directly across from the cliff from him. Because I was like diagonal one, now I'm just taking a side step within his range.
Okay.
And I think I don't remember. Okay, so I'm going to use a bonus action to spend a sorcery point to get back a first level spell. And that'll be my turn.
All right. I'm looking something up because it's their turn. Fuck. Okay. I think that makes sense. All right, the one you pushed, you get knocked 5 feet, or sorry, 10 feet towards the cliff, near Nimoy. He is going to use half of his movement to run over to Nimoy, and he is going to use one of his actions and push Nimoy.
Okay.
So he's going to use the shove action, which is a strength athletics check contested against your athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Acrobatics.
Okay. Yeah, so he runs over with his, taking one of his hands off the sword, and he pushes you as you're climbing up, sending you 5 feet over. You can make a dexterity athletics check to catch the edge.
Is it an athletics check or just a saving throw?
You're right, it is a saving throw.
Yeah, it's a saving throw. I don't think I actually get to do a check. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to catch the edge, so now you're dangling over at the side.
Got it.
He will then take the rest of his movement to move away from the edge, and then throw a javelin at Nimoy.
Oh, he used the attack to do the push?
Yeah,
Yep,
he has to
they
use one of his attacks.
You can break up your
Right.
multi-attack for shoves or grapples.
Right.
All right, he's still targeting you, so that's good. So just roll that. That is a miss.
Good.
So that'll bring us over to our other soldier.
I'm technically
is-
prone too. So-
It's true, yeah. Attacking
Doesn't
you would
matter.
not be great. Well, actually, it would have been good if he meleeed you, but
right.
he did not.
'Cause I'd have done
He
damage.
he took into account the fact that he was right next to a cliff, and this other guy is spamming thunder waves. So he's
Sure.
like, you know what? I'm not going to end my turn here.
Probably,
and he moved
probably
away.
a good idea.
Whose turn is it?
It's the other soldier's turn as
Give a
he
combat
is targeting.
It says
Elk.
It says Elquin's currently.
Gotta hit,
You're right.
turn complete.
There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
All right, this guy is going to attack Eltquin and not Elafi. So let's fix that.
I may need
Cool.
you guys' help with the character sheet after.
Why? What's up?
I'll talk about it after.
2 misses.
Nice.
All right, I don't think I'm doing a good enough job establishing these guys as threats because they kind of just roll over whenever combat shows
They're a
up.
threat.
Dragon, it's your turn.
I lost 26 HP. Threats. Get out of here.
All right. So I run. Do I see this guy standing over Nimoy?
No, you
on
don't.
the...
He moved away.
I don't.
He moved
Oh,
away.
I said he moved
God.
15 feet away, man.
All right, God, that
You can double
sucks.
move up the cliff though, and
Yeah, I'm
just be
gonna,
like 20 feet
I'm gonna move and dash up the cliff.
Okay, so you make it up the cliff. It is not the warhorse's turn.
I have 35 feet of movement and not 30.
Same.
I moved safely away from the cliff,
I
the edge of the cliff.
I also have. Wait, do I have 35? Let me see.
I think you'll think. I think your +5 speed is
Later.
still.
Laffy.
I will use my archer form to attack the heavily wounded one.
Hold on, checking his
Oh, I
armor.
forgot to actually. Sorry, I forgot to target.
That's
him.
okay. That hits.
I'll target him before I do damage. There we go.
Excellent. Oh, yeah, he's not looking good. He wasn't looking
And-
good before, but now he looks worse.
Then I will guiding bolt the other one.
Hey.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, roll it though. Give it a roll.
Oh.
Oh,
He's dead. He's dead.
How is
so
he?
what does
How
it
is
look
he
like
doing?
when you divinely erase this man from the surface of the world?
I think this one, instead of the bolt going through him, it hits him, and there's like the cracks forming all over him of black light coming out of him, and he explodes.
Guiding bolt's so
Or
good.
I guess whatever black light magic looks like
Yeah.
Right.
or sounds like.
I mean, exactly how you said.
Oh.
Sounds like that.
Yeah.
The actual magic is silent, and creepily so. Like,
Oh, okay. So it was like, and then wet plopping noises. All
Yeah.
these chunks land around. All right. That's terrifying. Nimoy, you are hanging off the edge of a cliff.
I'll climb the rest of the way up.
All right. It's half your movement to get up there.
Sure. And it's how far away from me is he?
he's threw a javelin, so he's close enough for you to shoot him.
I'll shoot him.
He is. Yeah, he's 15 feet away.
I will give him the shooty magooty. Let me see where my actions are. Cool. Not doing favored foe. I don't have dread ambusher, so we're just doing some shots. So this is at him, natural 20.
Nice.
Two in a
So
row.
I'm not targeting him, and I need to be.
It's.
Well,
He's
I'm not
already-
let me
actually,
just let me
you
get
don't
the
need to
damage.
target him.
Well, let me get the damage. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, roll your dice.
That didn't go into the thing. Get in there. Nice. 10.
Nice. How do you kill him?
I'll just put one right in the side of his head, so it's like he's wearing one of those medieval like arrow things that go over your
but it's
But
actually
it's
going
real.
through his head.
But it's real. He gets to wear a real one.
Yeah, we see him readying another javelin, his sword in the other hand, and plop, arrow right through his helmet. He falls to the ground, dead.
I sort of imagine he looked away from Nimoy because his friend exploded next to him.
Oh yeah, he wasn't even looking at Nimoy. He didn't even see it coming. His friend died, and then he stopped thinking about things.
I shoot him. I spin the crossbow. I put it back in the holster.
All right, yeah, a little bit of smoke comes out for some reason.
No.
All right, so let me put a pause on that. All right, our party succeeds in wiping out both the messenger as she tried to flee the river gate, as well as the scouts that were perched on the cliffs above Vogler. we will leave our party standing victoriously over the corpses of these fallen Red Dragon Army soldiers, knowing full well that at some point today, retribution will arrive. And I think that's where we will stop, with a nice panning view of the city below our heroes as they already begin to awaken and hear the news of the impending dragon assault.
Before
Good
we
job,
stop,
everybody.
I hand a pile of good berries to Nimoy.
10? Just 10 of them?
Yeah.
I'll just. Thank you. I'll just, it's gonna be
Yeah,
16
so-
wounds.
slow pan over the quiet morning in Vogler as lights are starting to turn on, and we just hear the Minecraft munching sound of Nimoy crunching on berries.
I like going with the idea of, because this is something that was proposed before, that HP isn't a measure of like how rough you look, but a measure of how close you are to that killing blow. So like, I don't know, I like that idea. That was proposed a long time ago by, I forget who it was. Who's the guy who writes stuff? Jeremy Crawford.
Crawford.
That's who it is. Yep. But no, I eat those because I want to get further away from that wound that kills me.
Food is fuel, and fuel is energy spent protecting yourself.
Spent protecting, exactly. Good game,
Well,
guys. We fucking stopped them.
I guess like when Thrag sees that everything is calm, he will go inspect the messenger lady. He will go loot the messenger lady's corpse.
Yeah, that's something we can easily do on our next session.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely succeeded in buying Vogler some precious time. I would even say, as our party succeeds in doing that, we'll see Cudgel bolting on her horse out of town to go
Get them.
fetch her men, now that she's clear to do that. Well done, everybody. I was terrified that some of them would get away.
Did it? We did it. I can't believe we got them all. It's amazing.
I can't
Almost
believe
ended
Ed.
epically, though, on the first round.
I can't believe Ed
Cast that Thunder
survived.
Wave at level 2.
Right. And you want to sign us out, Kyle?
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Well played, everyone. I look forward to our next session where our party will help Vogler escape and evacuate before the Red Dragon army collapses down upon it, led by Balafian, by order of, as we've discovered today, the Dragon Queen, whoever the hell she might be. And all those answers might join us on our next session. See you next time.
Sound
Bye.
sounds